guys, here we are with a hot, fresh new episode of The Story Thus Far. Let's see, quick catch up. It's been a while. It's been like 4 inches worth of hair growth for me since we've recorded. Daedalus, Cole, Barag, and Tara, you guys are traveling north. You are looking for a Seer Stone. During the Night of Demons, Bale, Sarah, and Greer Nordsock, your right-hand man, disappeared during the Night of Demons. And it has been 5 years since. And you guys have taken it upon yourselves to find them, thanks to Twinge Tinkertop, who had a hot tip about a Seer Stone up north. Now, it had disappeared years ago. A caravan was set upon by bandits. A half-moon wizard had disappeared, along with the Seer Stone. So you guys traveled north. Your path took you to the troll farm. You had to get through the troll farm, and you did meet resistance. Daedalus, you got pulled underground. You managed to kind of bamf your way out a couple of times and get your way out of a pretty tight situation. But the rest of Valor's Ransom fought as they always do, and overcame. And you were allowed passage by the remaining trolls that dwell within the troll farm. You went through the troll farm, you set up camp for the evening on the other side. And as Daedalus was taking watch, he'd noticed a sort of magic sigil that illuminated in the moonlight at a particular angle. It was almost kind of like an eldritch signpost. Most cannot see it, only those adept with magic. He found a second one not far away, and soon enough he found a trail that led to a small village. You went to this village, you spoke to the bartender. The village happened to be Happy Haven. It was an empty village for the most part. Not much activity, but nothing out of the ordinary. All the buildings are very well kept. Everything was well manicured and well maintained, but you only really saw one bard and one bartender and a couple of cloaked figures in the corner having an ale, kind of watching you as you entered and interacted with the bartender. Once he found out that you were Daedalus Hartwell the Magnificent, with a natural 20 on his intellect. He told you that you have one free night of room and board here at Happy Haven. Bring your friends, and you had agreed. You were on your way out when you got stopped by a very large one-armed Goliath who had a ship cannon for a hand and one goblin. So that's actually where we're going to pick up. You are in the tavern now. And you've got just a single bard playing an instrument, elven gentleman, and he's just kind of looking at everything that's proceeding. You are just outside of the tavern now, and you see again a very familiar looking pirate Goliath, and on his shoulder you do see what he said, the goblin. So they look to you. Ah, Daedalus Hartwell. So good to see you.
I was like, well, it's good to see you too. Kind of semi-apprehensive, but I don't know what he wants.
Yeah. Where are your friends?
Well, they're back at camp. I just was led here by myself. Saw these weird magic, it's hard to describe, but basically I was led here. Magic markers, if you want to call them that.
Magic markers?
Pretty much it's just a trail of like these weird lights that just led me all the way to this village, which is strangely vacant except for us and those two. And I point to the bartender.
So he kind of looks at you and he kind of considers what you're saying for a second. You know, if anybody else had told me about magic markers, I would have blown them away with my cannon. But this is Daedalus Hartwell, and you deal exclusively in the weird.
Yes, I do deal exclusively in the weird.
Speaking of deals, why don't we have a drink? Let's talk.
Okay.
So he ushers you in, and the goblin is just, what he said is just staring at you. His eyes are all kind of buggy, the way goblin eyes are, and he's just staring at you. And you can't tell what's going on in his little goblin brain, but goblins, for the most part, very violent.
So I walk over to where they were sitting before, and I sit down.
And you see like half-empty steins, like at least a dozen, kind of scattered throughout the table. Some ale kind of spilled out on the table. Most taverns that you've been to either smell like fish, alcohol, or vomit. But this is actually a very pleasant tavern. Very, very well maintained and well kept. And so he says, first round's on me.
Like, okay.
Sure. So what is it you're looking for exactly? If you don't mind my asking.
Well, I started to think a little bit whether I should tell him what we're here for.
Okay.
And then I decided to do it. It's like, well, you remember the Night of Demons?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, we had some friends who worked at the Clam Hammer, and they disappeared that night. We haven't seen them since. But we were told of this stone.
A lot of people disappeared that night.
Yes, a lot of people did disappear that night. But we were told of a stone that would be able to find said people.
So you're in the business of finding people now, are you?
Well, we really want to see our friends again.
I see. So it's not something you're being paid for. It's something that you're doing out of some sort of half-assed loyalty.
Well, not half-assed. We just
In the name of friendship.
yeah, we miss them. We just want to know that they're okay.
I should have guessed that coming from you. You are, after all, Daedalus Hartwell. You always seem weird, but always altruistic.
I try.
You know, we're in the business of finding people too. What he said and I. So what he said kind of jumps on the table very quickly. It almost surprises you how quick he jumps on the table. Both of his claws on both hands kind of dig into the wood of the table. Little curls of wood coming up as his claws scratch the top. And he's just kind of staring at you with this kind of 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, I remember the Night of Demons. It's kind of the reason why we're free. If you remember the Black Gate, the prison that you guys put us in.
I heard that guards and prisoners alike put aside their differences.
Yeah, we did. Some prisoners took it as a opportunity to escape in the mayhem. However, me and what he said kind of rallied a lot of the prisoners to aid the guards, and we managed to survive the night. So, you know, we were talked about in some circles, given a second chance. So we're here to make good. Obviously, we're still serving our sentence. But we look after the interests of Baldur's Gate. Abroad, of course. Mm-hmm. Should we get caught, we have no association with the city officially. So we can always be disavowed.
Who is it that you're looking
Oh, I think you know her. The Gallows.
Oh, your former boss.
Yeah, Windmill. She's got quite a hefty bounty on her, but that's not why we're looking for her. She, after she disappeared that night, I've heard so many rumors, I don't know what's true. I've heard that she's capturing wild animals and chult to sell as some sort of exotic pet collector. I heard that she's actually also trying to salvage what's left of Terra's Tears. Get that old ship up and running again. Again, I don't know how true that is.
How would she do that by herself? Unless she manages to find a crew, but I don't know.
Good question. I heard she's a fisherman. I heard that she sells silk and spices on the other side of the Faerun. I've heard so many stories, I don't know what to believe. So, I decided to look towards magical means to help me locate her. Because if she doesn't want to be found, she won't be found. So, this stone you said?
Yeah, I think it was like a Seer Stone.
Believe it or not, I've heard of it. So he looks over to what he said, and what he said kind of looks over to the Goliath. And what he said pulls out a little leather pouch and puts it right in front of you. A very well-worn leather pouch. The strings have been broken and tied like 3 or 4 times over.
So I open up the pouch and kind of tip it onto my hand.
Sure. And as soon as you open up the opening of the pouch, you can see almost like a little shimmer from inside the pouch. And you dump the contents out onto your hand, and you see a shard. A small shard of crystal. Very thin. But without even having to detect magic, you can feel magical energies coming from this little shard. He goes, that is a sliver of the Seer Stone that you are looking for.
Really?
So I've heard. It illuminates brighter as we get closer to the source of this shard.
So I quickly, just to make sure I don't lose it, I quickly put it back in the bag and kind of tie it shut and hand it back to him. Yeah, I don't want to be losing this.
Yeah. Well, I don't like it here, to be honest. This place is creepy. The
Yeah.
people here are creepy.
Oh yeah, it's like I do like a small gesture to the bartender to where he can see. I was like, that guy especially that catchphrase of his.
Happy Haven.
Yeah.
And then you hear from the other side of the bar, where all your dreams come true.
I was like, yeah, that one. That's kind of starting to grate.
Well, I've been here for 2 days, trying to track down this stone, and I'm close. So, I would suggest an alliance. Let's make a deal, Daedalus Hartwell. I help you, you help me.
That sounds good to me.
Use the stone. Find who you want. And I keep it to find the gallows.
I just have to run it by the crew. They're way back at the campsite. They're all sleeping right now.
Alright.
So I'll make it as fast as I can, and then we'll come straight back here to Creepy Acres.
That's an apt name for it, Daedalus. We'll be waiting.
So I drank the rest of my drink. I was like, thank you for the drink, and I kind of just...
Come back, Daedalus Hartwell. You got a free room for 1 evening.
Okay,
Here at Happy Haven, where all your dreams come true.
yes they do. Yeah, that sounds really good, but I have to be getting back to my friends. I have something to discuss with them.
Very well. We'll see you soon.
So I quickly get up and I nod to the Goliath and the Goblin and was like, I'll be right back. I'll make it real quick, so I quickly walk out.
Okay.
And start walking out of the building.
And as you walk out, you see the one bar just kind of staring at you very intently as you're walking past, and he just kind of, with the tip of his toe, kind of hits a little jar, a little tip jar at the foot of his stool.
So
And he goes,
so I take out a piece of gold and I just put it in there.
so he just tips his hat to you and continues playing.
And I
As
just,
the bartender is whistling and kind of wiping down the bar.
and I just quickly walk out and start walking along the road out of the village and back to the campsite.
Okay. And as soon as you walk outside, make a perception roll. Okay. You get the feeling as you're walking out of the bar, you see the bard there, you see the bartender there, you see the Goliath and the goblin in the corner, Pukan and what he said, and you get the feeling that somebody who is not in the tavern is watching you right now. You are 100% positive you're being watched.
So I just kind of look. Well, I don't really look around. I let my coat do it for me,
Yeah.
and I don't see anybody do it. Not a
You've
soul.
got 360-degree vision with that coat of many eyes, that creepy ass coat. But yeah, no, you don't see anything. But you know 100% somebody's watching.
So I decide quickly. I go from a walk to more of a speed walk to get out of there quicker.
Sure. All right. So you do your best imitation of a mall mom, and you just
And it's like
hoof it. All right. So, who is next on watch? Tara. Okay. So you wake up a little late, as Tara is one to do, knowing that you've just missed your whole watch. Nox is kind of curled up. Griffin is sleeping on top of Nox, and Rocky is with them as well.
Oh, that feels good.
So make a perception roll.
Natural 18.
Wow, that's a good one. All right, so as you kind of wake up, you're kind of like scraping the sleep out of your eyes. You look over to Nox. Nox is sound asleep, and Daedalus is not anywhere in camp.
So I kind of like,
And here's the thing, you know that he only has to meditate for 4 hours. He doesn't really sleep,
yeah.
but he is gone. His equipment is there. His meditation mat is there. Everything that he would take with him is there. But the man Daedalus has disappeared.
So, I go to Barag first. Barag! Barag! And I start like kind of shaking.
Sure.
So, I go,
Ah!
spit right in his
Oh! So Barag, go ahead and make a perception roll. At disadvantage, because you are sleeping. That's so fucking gross.
10.
10? Something, your ear, maybe a bug? You're not quite sure.
So I can just bat at my ear.
You feel a little bit of wet. A little warm wet there.
So I'm like, at this point, I'm gonna wake up and be like, oh, what is that? And kind of stretch and look at Tara. What are you doing here?
Daedalus is missing.
Okay, and why is my ear wet?
Oh, I just, was drinking some water and kind of splashed a little bit.
As soon as you say Daedalus is missing, Nox jumps up quick as a flash, and you see her head just go. She's looking left to right, left to right, left to right.
So, oh, Noxie, good to see you're awake. We're missing an elf. Oh, you poor thing. My poor baby misses her chew toy. Yes, you do. You
Oh my
like
gosh.
elves' chew toys.
Okay, enough with the sappy with your animal over there. Let's. You're over here like messing with your pet, and we have someone missing.
Oh.
Call!
She's purring.
Get up!
Am I
Call!
perceiving this?
Make a perception roll.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
Oh, I might need some dice for that. No.
Oh!
By the way, we're playing D&D tonight.
Yeah.
The tray too?
Sorry.
Holy shit. Did you bring your character sheet today?
I did. I had that laid out, and so I assumed I was just ready to go.
It's funny. He didn't forget coffee. He forgot dice.
The lack of coffee is what led to the lack of dice.
You know what? I'm
Yes.
gonna buy that.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's
That's acceptable.
100%
Yep.
true. Okay. 12.
With disadvantage. 'Cause you're
Oh,
asleep.
yeah. Okay. 12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear somebody calling your name.
So I just kind of lean up and just kind of look around, try not to move too much and necessarily give away my position.
Sure.
And
Call!
And you see a very, very distraught dwarf and an amused halfling.
Just petting a dinosaur.
Yeah.
what's going on? You look all right.
I'm fine. I blame Tara. It was her watch.
What?
Daedalus is missing. Like I said, I blame Tara.
And as you're kind of, as he says that, you see all of his belongings are here.
Oh, he probably I just wandered off for a little bit. He's meditating in the trees as the elves do. I mean, he's fine, I'm sure.
So what? You trying to be racist or something?
I
Just
mean,
because he's an elf doesn't mean
not-
he's gonna go meditate.
not saying
Whatever.
all elves.
I'm just saying, man. Don't automatically assume we went to hide in the trees.
That is kind of
He's an
racist.
elf.
Cole.
I'm kind of
Just
assuming
gonna say.
that's what happened, guys. I think he's fine.
But nonetheless, we need to go find him. And I volunteer Nox because Nox loves Daedalus and
She sees with, she can find prey with her eyes, not with her nose too well.
Are you okay, whatever. Then you're the whatever you are.
So I keep scratching Nox. Who's a good dinosaur?
How about you just go track down
Her,
Cole,
le-
'cause
her
you're-
leg
or
just kind of scratches
Daedalus.
into the ground every time you.
You're a good dinosaur. Yes, you are. Yes, you
Okay,
are.
okay. Find Daedalus. You're the tracker, right?
Oh, you're referring to me? Yes. Awesome.
No, I'm referring to your dinosaur who apparently can't track.
So,
Even though she's a dinosaur. Hunting.
Maybe we should wait a little while for him to come back. I mean, let's not assume the worst.
what if he went to go take a leak?
I assume the worst because he only does meditating for 4 hours or whatever. So I assume the worst because A, his stuff is here, and B, he didn't wake you up for watch.
Well, I mean,
Assume the worst.
I'm just saying maybe it was a long leak. You don't know. This journey has been arduous. Maybe he had to go do something that's not so pleasant.
Whatever. Just whatever.
I agree with Cole. I say we just
Oh yeah,
wait
let's
for the
just
time
say.
being. And, I pet my dinosaur. Yes, you are. You're my cute little dinosaur.
You make me want to vomit. I'm just gonna turn my back and walk away.
I think,
Take an inspiration, sir.
I think if he is gone, and he comes back to an empty camp, then he might be in some real danger. He won't know where we went.
Well, one person stay here then, I guess, and then.
I think we should just all stay here. You know.
Should I send up a signal? And I just kind of point my pistol.
No,
Please
no,
don't do
please.
that. Do not shoot your gun. Put it down. Put it down.
Put the
Itchy
other
trigger
one
fingers. Please. Itchy trigger fingers. Let's put them down. Relax. We don't need to be shooting guns in the middle of the night.
Sure, it would work. If he's nearby, he'll come running.
Oh yeah, something else will come running too. But I don't know what that is, so please don't shoot in the middle of the
But
night.
see, these can handle that too. That's the great thing about it.
Yeah, but you gotta reload that, don't you?
Eventually.
What if that thing that comes here is faster than you reloading your guns?
I mean,
Just
it's worked
saying.
so far.
So I'm just gonna sit.
He's not wrong.
I'm just gonna kind of sit in the dirt and kind of watch this and pull out a piece of jerky and kind of just like watch
Just-
as the bickering
one?
ensues.
No, not even one. We're good.
All
Let's
right.
just
He's
okay.
gonna stay
In an
there.
hour, if he doesn't come back, you can shoot your guns wildly into the air.
Deal.
You know, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna go back to sleep then until he decides to come back.
So I try to mentally keep track of time close enough so that in an hour I
Sure.
can.
You do have a timepiece.
Okay.
Not you, but your party has a timepiece.
Who's got the timepiece? 1 hour.
I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna stay up too and just be like, I love you, Nazi.
She's just eating it up. But Rocky's there too. And actually, Griffin is kind of like gravitating towards you as well. We've got a little menagerie of
Pets.
pets. Yeah.
And so I start like kind of handing out jerky and fish.
Sure.
Are you hungry, Griffin? Does your master not feed you? Yes, he does.
Yeah, I do too. Feed him. Shut your mouth.
That's why he has more blubber than you. Yes.
Yeah. So he takes a little piece of jerky and he flies over to Barag, and he just kind of is stroking his beard and makes a little nest out of his beard to lie down in.
And I just pat him. Yeah, see, Griffith, you know who your real honor is, and you know I have jerky plenty for you all the time.
So as you are talking to him and you say that, you feel a little monkey punch right to your nose. It doesn't hurt, but it just is surprising, and he just kind of flies back over to Tara.
Hey, that's not fair. I pull out a piece of jerky. I'll give you another piece of jerky.
So he flies over to you very quickly and grabs the jerky and makes himself very, very comfortable in your beard.
And I just kind of pat him. Oh, who's the good boy? Who's the good boy, Griffith?
So he make a perception roll.
Oh no, please don't poop in my head again. 15.
15. So as you're petting him and he goes back over to Tara, he's left you a little present in your beard. It is stringy this time because he's been eating a lot of jerky. So it's very stringy and it kind of intermixes with your beard. It's almost like glue.
So I pull out my jug, my alchemy jug, and I
Sure.
look at it and say water, and I start
So just-
cleaning my beard.
Sure. Let's make a sleight of hand check.
Great. $19.
19? Alright. You're pretty sure that you got most of it out, which is good because if you hadn't, it would have definitely affected your charisma rolls from here on out.
I can imagine. Thanks, Griffith.
With disadvantage. Alright, so the hour goes by.
Oh.
You think.
Don't say anything.
Did Barag fall back asleep?
He's busy cleaning his beard.
Yeah.
No.
It's a big job.
So, alright, Cole. Do what you want to do, I guess, with your hand cannons.
No, man. So I just draw my sword to get ready.
Sure. It's still dark out too. Sun hasn't come up yet.
So I just raise one up in the air. You know, I think this actually could lead to some unforeseen consequences. I've had an hour to think about it, and I think I'll save the ammo when we really need it.
I'm glad you thought that through, you know.
I'm reserving the right, though.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. Just remember, if it's bigger than us, I'm out. I'm out. I'll let you have fun with whatever.
You
Hit
know-
a target.
Well, we killed dragons and, stuff that was much bigger. I mean, we killed a haunted ship, technically.
Yes, I understand that, but
If you wanted to bow wow out, you should have bow wowed out a long time ago.
well, I'm just saying for the
A
fact that
beholder.
we have him now. Does he know who was there before and who's not there now? I'm just saying. We fought a dragon, but
Beholder.
we didn't all
Make-
survive.
Dragon.
Make a
That beholder dropped me, first of all. God knows how many feet.
make an insight check.
13.
Okay. When you hear Barag talking, in this kind of nervous energy that he is now exhibiting, you know that he's mentioned before, and you know that he has died in the past and has come back. But you also know that he has mentioned that he feels like his tether to mortality is razor thin. And that the next time it happens, he may not come back. So you kind of get this idea that he's speaking from a place that he doesn't like being in right now.
Alright, Barag. Listen. All I'm saying is if we stick together, we'll be fine. I've got your back. And then I pat his back.
Well, I'm good to know that you have my back because, well, yeah, just know that I'm glad you have my back. That's all I'm gonna say. And I drink some of the water from my alchemy jug.
I was gonna say maybe I could offer you an ale, but sobriety
Yes.
is doing wonders for you.
Aye, no more drunken crazy fights, right? And I clutch my holy symbol.
Well, I mean, you got us kicked out of the Omnium Continuum, and you weren't drunk for that.
Hey, you know what? Honest mistake.
So,
I something slipped my mind. I'm
so
sorry.
as you guys are bickering by the campfire, the sun is now starting to kind of peak over the mountains, and you see. Actually, everybody make a perception roll, please.
12.
12. Okay.
20.
20.
16.
16. Okay. Everybody, as you guys are bickering, and Cole is looking on like a tennis match, looking at both of you back and forth. Down the road a piece, coming up the hill, you see a power walking Daedalus Hartwell. Every shift of his body moving quickly as he makes his way back to the camp.
Anybody else seeing this?
Yeah. Yes.
I had a feeling.
A very fast walking elf?
Well, I told you he might have had some really nasty business. We've been traveling and surviving on nothing but jerky.
Well, that looks more like he is going to do some very nasty business. Like he's speed walking like he's use the bathroom. That doesn't look like he's coming from that.
Maybe he ran into a wild bear.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna break a hip, man, if he moves any faster.
So you come up to the camp and you hear them talking theories.
Okay. No theories.
What do you mean no
It was
theories?
the jerky, wasn't it? I
Oh.
told you, Barag, it was jerky.
It was not a bathroom break.
I get
I was right.
really close to Daedalus.
I did not run into a bear.
You're coming from a bathroom break.
No.
I get really
Damn
close to Daedalus and I lean in a little bit. I say, tell them you were meditating because that's what I thought was happening and they tried to make me feel bad about it.
I was not meditating.
Were you in a tree? Because
I
you
think
know
he's
you're an
lying.
elf? Were you in a tree because
Can
you're
you
an
climb
elf?
a tree, Daedalus? Is it because you're an elf that you can climb trees?
Were you in a tree?
No, I was not in a tree. Now, if
Racist!
no,
Call you.
Listen, let him finish the story. We'll
Okay.
see.
Now, before you guys continue talking and theorizing where I've been, during the night, these magic symbols led me to a place called Happy Haven.
Damn, I think he's going crazy, everybody.
No, I am not going crazy. This place is real. And I bumped into two individuals that we know.
Make a perception roll, Daedalus.
Natural 17.
Natural 17. As you say, and I've bumped into some people that we know, you see a very large raptor snout just come over your right shoulder and just breathe heavy right into your, like so heavy that your hair kind of moves.
Okay, so I just quickly back up and away.
Sure.
I was like, Tara, if you want me to continue the story, please,
What, she missed you? She was really scared, weren't you, Noxie? You
yeah,
missed
but
your
I have
Daedalus.
really important news to tell. Both
She's
in
not
who
dead.
I met and also about our mission.
Alright, Nox.
So-
Come here.
You guys remember the Goliath and the Goblin, right?
Now we've seen things.
You know which Goliath and Goblin I am
Goliath.
talking about.
Goblin?
Well, I mean, is it the one from Terra's Tears? The one that,
Yeah,
the crazy
Yeah.
one, right?
yeah, the Goblin who's like, she always does. She says nothing but what he said. He says nothing but what he said.
Oh, yeah.
And his friend, the Goliath. So they were there at Happy Haven, and they're looking for the same stone we are.
Oh.
They actually have a sliver of it that says glows. They say glows brighter the closer they get to that.
Hold on. My question for you is: weren't they in jail?
Well, they
Now they're in this place called Happy Haven, which I
Wow.
have never heard of this place.
they've been doing stuff in service to Baldur's Gate, and right now their current mission is to find the gallows.
The gallows.
Service to Baldur's Gate.
Yep, they're doing this.
You know anything about this?
No, I mean, last time I saw them, they were in the prison. That's it. I mean, they're
Do I know if they have any like bounties or anything of that sort on
Make
them?
make an intelligence check.
That would just straight intelligence.
straight intelligence.
16.
16. There's a there are two ways for you to get bounties from the local magistrate at Baldur's Gate, or a more kind of black market sort of bounties, more assassins than anything, and you have access to both, and you've used both. You've gotten paid from both, and there's as far as you know, there's no bounty on them. There's no open bounty on them.
Okay.
So,
Well-
they want to use the stone to find the gallows. And he proposed a deal. We help them, they will help us. We get to use the stone to look for our missing friends, and then he keeps it so he can find the gallows.
so he would let us use the stone.
Yes, just once to find our friends. But
I'll
we
see.
have to find it first.
Well, I don't see the problem in that, and I don't think there's going to be really any other way possible.
He probably has a better lead than us if he has a sliver of the stone. At
Yep.
least that's a starting point. We're just walking into this blind right now, so I'm in.
Exactly what I was thinking. I mean, I have no reason to take these two in, but I have no reason to trust them either.
We keep an eye on him.
Well,
I'm as wary as any of you, but
there's four of us, and I would say two, but really the little dude sitting on
one
the
and
shoulder.
a quarter. It's
I
one and
wouldn't
a
even say
quarter.
1 1/4. I'd just say one. We'd have more trouble fighting the big dude than we would the little guy. I mean, he is like attached to him, right? Or
Something
whatever.
like that. But anyways,
Nonetheless, no more talking. I say we get to move on to this Happy Haven place.
Yeah, and despite his name, it's actually really kind of creepy. So be prepared to be a little unsettled, and for some reason it always feels like there's someone watching you, but you can't ever see them. Even with I gesture to my coat, my 360 degrees,
Mm-hmm.
I still can't see who's watching me.
And as he kind of gestures to his coat, you see kind of like these eyes that are popping out of the coat that whenever he's doing anything, they're shifting constantly. They're always looking, and they're all over. And they're all sorts of different eyes, and they look like real eyes. They're not like paintings of eyes. They're eyes all over his coat, and they're constantly looking, which is a little unsettling.
So, I lean into Tara. Don't do anything around Daedalus.
Daedalus isn't the nincompoop of this group, so
Have you seen how smart he
I know he's smart. That's why I'm not gonna do anything towards him.
No, I'm saying he's not that smart.
Oh.
And I'm just like, alright, so Daedalus, Happy Haven it is, right?
Yes, Happy Haven. I will lead the way since I know the way there. And I quickly go over to gather my things and
Okay.
I grab all my stuff.
Okay.
I start packing up my bedroll and putting out the fire.
All right. So you guys start breaking down camp. Goes relatively quickly, quietly, and you're ready to go. So what's the marching order to Happy Haven?
Well, this time I will be in
You'll
the
go
lead.
first?
Yes.
Who's next?
I'll go behind him with Nox.
Okay.
I'll bring up the rear. I'll be the last out.
Okay.
So.
All right. Gotcha. So Happy Haven is not very far off from where you guys were camped. It's maybe an hour's march. But you get there, and it's at kind of like the bottom of a small hill, and it's not very big. It's not huts, it's buildings, but it's not a very big township. It's very small. It's maybe a dozen buildings, and then you've got kind of farms that are kind of outlying the actual town proper itself. So,
And it's nighttime?
it's morning now.
It's morning.
Yeah.
Do we see anybody like on the
Make a
road?
perception roll.
14.
The only thing that you see is, as you're coming closer to the town, you see a sign, a hand-painted sign, that beautiful sign. It says Happy Haven, population 476. But nobody there.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, we're going straight to the tavern.
Okay. So you lead him to the tavern, and as you go into the tavern, you don't see anybody out on the streets yet, which is unusual, because at this hour in most villages and towns, you've got bakers baking, you've got people starting their work days, you've got farmers tending fields, things like that, but there's zero activity out on the street. In fact, most of the buildings in the town have their shutters closed, their curtains are drawn. You would almost think them abandoned. So as you walk into the tavern, Daedalus, you see the same bard, kind of picking an elvish melody, and you see a bartender, a human, scarred here and there. Sorry, that's me. Scarred here and there, but rather jovial fellow. Just kind of wiping down the bar, and he immediately recognizes you. And oh, Daedalus Hartwell, you've come back to Happy Haven.
Yes. And in my mind, once again, I'm just like, don't say it.
He just pauses.
Just don't say it.
Will all your dreams come true?
And I'm almost like, I look back to the group, I'm like, get used to that, because you're going to be hearing it a lot.
Oh,
So what brings you, you find lads and lass and creature?
Dinosaur. She's a dinosaur.
She's a dinosaur. I've never heard of a dinosaur. Where would one find? It looks like a dragon without wings.
It basically is.
Well, we don't serve dinosaurs here at Happy Haven,
Alright.
where all your dreams come true.
Oh, God.
So she's just gonna have to be tied up outside, if that's okay.
Sure, can I just take an ale to go?
An ale to go.
I'm gonna just be outside.
Okay, little lady, one ale. So he brings out a pint of ale, and for you, being a halfling, it's like, whoa! But he brings out a pint, human-sized, hands it over.
So I take it. Barag, you're paying for me. And I start walking, like waddling out.
He actually kind of smiles and laughs at that.
sure. If you can make it through half of that, I will definitely pay.
You know I can.
Master Dwarf,
Aye.
would you like something to drink, please?
And I just hold up my alchemy jar. Nah, I'm good. I got trusty water.
Oh,
Junk
loafer.
here.
Okay.
Sorry.
My friend the tiefling.
Oh no, thank you.
Oh, another loafer. Okay. Daedalus.
I guess I'll take another one.
Okay. So he pours you a nice frothy ale. Kind of has like a little apple aftertaste. And you notice like a lot of the farms have apple orchards. It seems to be their main crop. So yeah, you do see Pukan, the Goliath, sitting in the corner. He's got that cannon arm resting on the table, but he's been drinking all night and into the morning.
Oh,
And you see what he said. The goblin kind of get up onto his feet very quickly, pulls out a blade, and he's just looking left to right.
Well, I guess it's gonna go like that then.
I wouldn't draw your weapons.
Remember, he's a goblin.
He's just a little guy. You could just punt kick that dude across the room.
And we're
Just
not going
saying.
to do that right now because we're really close to finding our friends, and he's going to help us, and they're going to help us find him.
What he said, and what he said, what he said, what he said, what he said.
Is the Goliath awake?
He's kind of half awake. He's like conscious, but he's been drinking all night.
He doesn't look much good to us at this point.
Not much.
I'm better half drunk than most men are sober. Sit down, Cole.
I'd love to. Daedalus tells us you have something that might.
Where are your hands right now?
Oh, you know
Curious.
where they are.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So he kind of looks at you and he kind of like shifts his body so that the cannon is like aimed right at you, and he goes, "Mine is bigger than yours, boy."
Alright, everybody calm down, relax.
That's
No fighting
true.
in the
No,
bar.
Cooler heads are going to prevail here this morning, I hope.
I hope so too, because A, you're drunk, half drunk.
That
I
is
don't know.
true.
So,
That is true.
Just relax a little. We're all here for the same reason, and I don't want to get kicked out of this place, even though it is
Creepy.
creepy as hell.
I know.
I gotta turn my back to the bartender. When are we getting out of here? Do we have to stay here, or can we leave to find the stone thing?
I don't know about you guys. You guys just got here, but I've been here for a couple days. And I swear, whether I'm drunk or sober, I'm being watched.
Huh.
I mean, not by these guys, but somebody is watching me. They have been since I got here.
That's what Daedalus said. He said if you feel like you're being watched, I don't know who is or what is, but yeah. I'm a little creeped out already, and I haven't even felt that yet.
Yeah, well, it gets weirder.
Please don't say it gets any weirder than that. I mean, you got
How
this dude.
How is this for weird?
Uh-oh.
Farm just outside of this town.
Hmm.
Farmer, right? He's got a son and a wife.
Okay.
Just going about their day. They go to sleep after tending the farm, tending the apple orchards.
Mm-hmm.
Sun goes down, and from what I hear, the son wakes up in the middle of the night. And the parents are still very much asleep. He goes out to the yard. He gets a pitchfork. He brings it into the house. He says he hears voices.
Oh.
I don't need to tell you where this is going.
Let me guess. He kills his parents?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's weird.
And then he hung them out in the field like scarecrows. And did his chores the next day.
And this is in town, or that's out of
It
town?
would be considered within the borders of Happy Haven. And that's not the only thing. There are stories like this all over this place.
Oh, great. Can we leave now then?
Trust me, I want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Well, we gotta go find the stone, right? That means we can leave this place.
I suppose. I mean, we haven't even come to terms, have we?
From what I understand, Daedalus kind of already came to terms.
So you are all in agreement then.
Yes, we are.
Aye.
So we get to keep the stone after you find your friends with it. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I think we have an accord. I propose that we drink to it, of course.
Well, and I hold up my alchemy jug. I don't do ale
You know,
anymore.
you've really come to upset me and disappoint me.
Sorry, but and I just lift up my holy symbol and clutch it. We come to a new path and helped me quite a bit in my journey so far. So, water it is for me. And I shout to the bartender, anything without alcohol.
We've got juices, apple juices. Apples are our main crops here at Happy Haven,
Apple?
where all your dreams come true.
Sure. Sure they do. I'll
Like
take an
some-
apple juice.
Some cider?
Aye. Yes.
Would you like it warm? A little
Mm,
sprig of cinnamon? It's quite good.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it hot.
All right. So he goes back to the kitchen and he starts. You hear him, rustling some pans and things like that. What about you, Mr. Tiefling?
Yeah, one of those sounds good, I guess.
Cider?
Sure.
Very good. Daedalus? You still working on that ale?
Yeah, I'm still working on the ale.
All right. Well, we'll bring the halfling a cider. She may need it after that ale.
I really hope she does not drink that whole mug of ale because, wow.
It's quite potent. We make some of the best ale here at Happy Haven,
I just
where
start
all your
scratching.
dreams come true.
Oh. Yeah. sounds like a plan. Yeah, I hope she's not drinking the whole thing.
All right. So, takes a few minutes, and he's actually kind of conversating with you as he's in the kitchen, kind of preparing your ciders, and he's like, "So, what brings you 4 folks, or you 6 folks, to Happy Haven, where all your dreams come true?
I think we're just passing through at the moment.
Are you adventurers, or
Something
guns,
like that.
swords for hire?"
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, and I would say spelunkers maybe falls into that category somewhere there.
Interesting. So, he comes out with a platter of mugs. You can see the steam kind of coming out, and the platter's got some spoons. It's got some sort of fluff to put on the actual cider.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very decked out. He's got a couple of apples on the platter for presentation, and he kind of yells out to you from inside the tavern, "Mistress, I've got a beverage for you here on the house."
So I go running in.
So yeah, you see just this very large platter of cider, warm cider, as he's kind of putting them down. It smells delicious.
So my eyes kind of get really big and. Ooh.
All right. So adventurers, what sort of adventuring can you find here? I mean, pretty quiet little township. Other than that nasty business on the farm.
That's the business on the farm. Interesting that you call it nasty business, but okay.
That's what I would definitely call it. I feel sorry for the poor lad.
I don't know what happened, but we're gonna stick clear of that little fiasco.
Well, I see some very able-bodied adventurers here, and I think this is gonna be good for Happy Haven, where all your dreams come true. I see change in the future. I have a nose for it, if you will.
Well, I mean, we are here, so that obviously changed the town. So
Seemed
But-
seemed a little strange to me that didn't seem to be any people out on the street this morning.
Well, you know, we're a sleepy town. We like to sleep in.
But a vendor or a baker or nothing.
Oh, they'll be out and about soon enough, I'm sure.
Well, and I pick up my cider and I just very carefully look down and smell it,
Smells amazing.
pretending I'm smelling
Sure.
it, but I'm really eyeballing it to make sure
Okay, make an
Everything-
investigation roll.
everything is.
So what are you looking for specifically as you're looking into this mug of cider?
That there's just nothing floating in it.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong.
Investigation, right?
Yeah.
12.
12? Seems like cider.
So I'm like, hey, Tara, here. And I pass her off a cider.
Put some whip on it.
Oh, okay. So I take a spoon and I grab some of the whip and I put it in there. Here you go, Tara.
That's more.
So I put more whip on it. Okay, here you go.
Teeny bit more.
Did you drink the whole ale before I give this to you?
No.
Where's the mug?
By the dinosaur?
Is it empty?
Maybe.
So as you guys are talking, all of you kind of see Pukan's eyes widen as he's looking kind of past you guys. As you guys are all kind of like looking at your mug as to whether you should drink it or not. You see his eyes get wide and you see him actually kind of back up away from the table and aim his cannon arm. So what do you guys do?
I look at where he's aiming.
You see the bartender coming out with another platter. His nose is completely severed. Nothing but a hole in the middle of his face, and it's just streaming blood. And the nose is on the platter with a bloody knife in his belt. And you just see him say, I told you I have a nose for these things. And it's just blood streaming. You see Pukan kind of like quickly get up. He grabs what he said and just like edges the wall away from the barkeep.
I say, oh hells! And I just point my.
This is a good
at
nose.
him.
This is a good nose.
Yes.
This is a good nose here at Happy Haven.
Yes, it's a very.
Where all your dreams come true.
Yes,
Where all your
great
dreams
nose.
come true.
Great
Where
nose.
all your dreams come true.
And I
He's
just
coming
start
right for
going,
Barag with a bloody nose on the platter. Where all your dreams
I
come
think he
true.
wants it and I point the
Where all
phone.
your dreams come true.
I just start running. Oh, yes, all your dreams come true. Bye. Have a nice day.
Pukan goes through the window. He's not trying to go through the door. He's not trying to navigate the scene. He just takes an elbow, goes right through the window, and then just like, steps out onto the street.
I'm just
And
running
he's
with a mug of cider.
got his cannon arm still kind of aimed. The bartender still has not missed the note, or the bard has not missed the note.
Bye. And I just follow Tara and I jump out the window that Pukan just made
Busted
a hole.
out, yeah.
Yeah, I
go
just jump through it.
I'm just gonna go through the door with a big mug of cider, kind of like
Sure.
waddling out.
Sure. And now he's eyeballing you now since you went out the window. You're going through the door. He's following you with the platter now, with his own nose on it, as blood is just gushing out of his face. Will your dreams come true?
I
And
take
he's
it.
getting closer. Will your dreams come
I'm
true?
gonna throw the mug right behind me and just
Sure.
book it.
And he's just following you. Will all your dreams come true? What do you do?
I'm gonna double dash out of there.
He's running after you.
Oh, shit.
The platter falls on the floor. He picks up his nose and he has it in front of him as he's chasing you. His eyes almost roll over as he's following you as quickly as he possibly can, and he's just screaming, "Will all your dreams come true?" as blood continues to pour out of his face.
Am I close to the window or?
You're out on the street. You're out on the street, and he's on the street chasing you with his nose. What are you guys doing?
So I'd like to make my way outside as well,
Yes.
and
Same here, I just finish out the ale. Like,
Oh my god.
I put the mug back down on the table and I walk out.
Take an inspiration.
I just finished my ale.
Yeah.
Thanks, Daedalus.
So I just
Getting
keep-
chased by a guy with a nose, like
I think Daedalus would be the one to do that.
yeah.
Yep. Echelon.
I just
Master of the weird.
So I follow him out. Is that bard gonna bother me again as I
You
walk?
don't know.
So I just walk out. I
So,
go to walk out.
As you go to walk out, he kind of taps his coin cup.
So I'm just like, I just fish out another piece of gold to go, here you go. Like, quickly walk out.
So he just kind of nods his head, continues to play on his instrument.
To a now empty.
Yeah, the show must go on. All right, so you are being chased by the bartender.
So, I whistle.
Knox.
Knox!
Yeah, she's been following you as soon as you left. She's just waiting on the attack command. You see her just eyeballing this bartender as he's chasing you with his nose in his hand. She's just ready to pounce.
Oh, man. You know what to do, right? Get him. Get him out of here.
Okay, so you sick Knox
Yeah.
on the bartender.
Yeah.
Okay, roll an attack. You see this. You see her kind of point. You see her being chased by the bartender in front of you. She's probably about 50 to 75 feet in front of you. She's going at a dash. But he's going at a dash after her. You see Knox chasing the group. And you see her point to the bartender. And she just turns around at the bartender and attacks.
13.
She rips him apart in the middle of the street.
At least I don't have a dead nose following me. Good girl.
And I'm like, let's hope that doesn't, bring about something even worse than that.
You just hear Knox, just a very satisfied sound as she's just shredding this guy's innards and pulling them out.
Well, I look around and I just see if there's anybody reacting or anybody coming out
Make
to.
an investigation.
That's going to be a 12.
You don't see a shutter close. They're already closed, but you don't see them open. You don't see a curtain move. You don't see movement of any kind. Except for your party and Pukan and what he said. And Pukan is pointing his cannon at the remains of this bartender. And he's... What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, man. You tell us. You're
I
the
don't
one who's
know.
been here for 2
I
days.
don't know. I'm not the mayor of fucking Weirdsville.
Alright. Has he ever done this before? Cut off a thing and tried to feed you with
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I forgot to mention he cut off his cock and gave it to me.
Oh, that would have been very awkward. Yes. Aye.
No, he's never done this before.
Okay. Have you seen anybody else besides this bartender and this
And
bard?
the bard.
And that's it? Nobody else?
I've been drinking for the past couple of days. Every time I go to search for the Seeing Stone, I never run across anybody. I stay away from that farm with the kid and the scarecrow's parents and stuff.
Yeah, I would do the same. Let's try to stay far away from there as possible.
Hold on.
Let's just hope
But
that-
you want to go to the creepy farm with the dead parents? Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, I'm just saying if this thing is emitting some type of magic, maybe magic is affecting
Well, how about we
the
ask
creepy farm?
Pukan, who's been here for 2 days, and
Well,
who has a sliver of the stone?
So he
per our knowledge.
what he said, takes out the little leather pouch and he pulls out the shard, and you see it glowing. So as he's taking steps down the street, you see it. You see that it emanates a little brighter.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, "The farm is that way."
Okay, good.
So he starts walking towards that direction, and you see the shimmer kind of dull a little bit.
Okay, so we're not going to the farm then. Thank God.
I would have gone to the farm if this led me there.
Okay, so it's not leading us there. That's good, right?
So why don't we
Right.
follow? Well, we go the opposite direction of where the farm is.
Well, duh. That's a given. The where the brightness thing happens.
Yes,
I guess.
So the farm is in relation to the township. The farm is kind of east of the
Okay.
town proper,
Okay.
but the shimmer is kind of leading you guys north.
Oh, good. Let's go north then. Let's go far away from that farm. Let's go.
All right, I guess I'll lead the way.
Aye, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm. So he just grabs what he said and puts him on his shoulder. What he said is just going through like the cannon. He carries like a keg, a steel reinforced keg on one shoulder that's just filled with cannonballs.
Nice.
And then he carries another keg of powder. And then there's like a cleaning stick for the cannon and everything. And what he said is just, it looks like he's doing like an inventory as they're walking down the street, kind of taking the cleaner and cleaning out the cannon, the barrel. As you guys are walking down the street, you see, again, there's no movement in this town whatsoever. But as you get closer, you do see a much larger building that there does seem to be lights going on the inside. Everybody make a perception roll, in fact.
13.
5.
Another 17.
Okay. All right. So the three of you notice. Let me check. Khan notices too. All right. So everybody but Barag notices. You hear first before you see lights. You actually hear screaming, blood-curdling screaming coming from a very large building at the north part of the city. It's one of the last buildings in the town proper. It looks like some sort of official building, like one that you would find in Baldur's Gate to be like a courthouse or something, or a city hall. It looks like it's like has some sort of officiating capacity. But you see that it's fenced off. You see very, very rudimentary signs that say, do not enter, at your own risk. You see the windows are all boarded up, barricaded, but you do see almost like candlelight come through the little slots between the boards, the little separations. You do see light on the inside of the building, and you do hear screaming, and you hear laughter.
Oh shit! This does not. So who wants to knock?
So I look at Bukan. Is this where it's leading us?
So it kind of goes like this, and you see it get brighter.
I was like, oh well, who wants to bust down the door?
I say, the man with the cannons, the hand cannons, you two. And I point to Cole and Pukan. You shoot down the door, and then we figure it out.
Hold on,
Okay.
I don't even know what's going on here.
And so I
What if there are innocent people in there, or you just don't give a shit anymore? Listen, I've been given a second lease on life. I'm not killing innocent people if I don't have to.
I'm saying we get this door down somehow. I don't care how. We can't just walk into some creepy ass cult like thing. I've been around cults long enough to know what this is.
I've seen you murder that poor man with your animal in the middle of the street not 2 minutes ago. You murdered him.
That's true. I have murdered a lot of people.
As they're saying this, I just raise one of my guns in the air and just pop off around, just into the sky.
My God.
at an angle.
Sure. Okay. So you pop off around, and the conversation stops, and everybody just kind of slowly looks at Cole.
Let's wait and see.
I found that to be very reactionary and a tad unnecessary, if I'm being honest.
It was actually pretty heavily planned out.
Heavily planned out. You just shot.
Well,
It hurts my ears,
So everybody make a perception roll.
19.
19?
13.
13.
20.
20? Okay, everybody. Pukan, natural 20. He kind of looks and points over at the door. Very large, stately doors, heavy doors, kind of crack open. Still dark on the inside. You see a human kind of pop his head out. A bespectacled human, older gentleman. He's wearing a coat, kind of like an off-white coat, but it's got bloodstains on the coat. Handprint bloodstains on the coat.
I vote Tara.
Oh no.
And I gotta just push her towards the door.
You must go away from here. You must leave. Get the fuck out of here. And he shuts the door.
Okay, Pukan.
I can do it again.
No,
I think
put the
that-
gun down.
I think they know we're here, Cole.
Yes.
I say,
Put the gun down.
we just shoot down the door.
Shoot down the door. That
Or
makes a whole
or at
sense.
least kick it open if we can. Maybe have the dwarven maybe have Barag and Pukan.
You understand that you are all insane, right?
Those people are insane. They've got bloody hands.
We don't know what's going on in there.
Well, why doesn't one of us just kick
I
down
think
the door
this
and go
whole
in?
town is insane. We're the sane ones here because that dude just cut his nose
Really?
off.
So he points at what's the bloody puddle in the middle of the street, a few hundred yards away. We're the only ones who are sane here.
Did you not see him cut his nose off?
I
Did you
understand.
not see that whole
I
situation?
saw that whole thing. I
And he was
get
trying.
that.
He was trying to feed it to me.
What if he was
You don't know
taking
what
you
he
with
was
the
trying
nose?
to do.
He was trying to feed it to me. Guys.
I would run, which is what I did through the fucking window.
And
Yeah,
I ran, and he came at me with the nose.
while gushing blood.
I know. Very dangerous noses nowadays.
Maybe we should go through the windows.
Or is
The
he-
windows are boarded, so either way, we're kind of screwed
So
here. So I'd
everybody
say
make
we
a
go-
perception roll.
let's go through the biggest door.
Did you roll?
16.
Modified
19.
20.
15.
Okay, so as you guys are all kind of arguing, you see Pukan kind of look back over to the door, and you see a small little malformed goblin knocking on the door.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what he said. So he kind of puts his arm cannon like up and ready. Just be ready.
I'm gonna draw my sword and I put up my shield. I'm like, man, your little goblin's got some balls.
He's a good one.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Hopefully he doesn't die right now.
So the door opens again, and you see him talking to that same human. But you hear the human say, I don't understand a fucking word you're saying. You must leave. This is a quarantine. And he shuts the door again.
Maybe somebody that speaks common?
It is true. It's hard to understand what he said.
Yes, yes. Alright, everybody stay here. So I cautiously approach the door and I just use
Why
my
don't you
sword.
go not alone?
Not alone. Okay.
And without a dinosaur, would be my advice.
Okay, so
Take him. He's famous.
yeah, I would take him, but the problem is he's not very good with, up close and personal.
Well, you talk. He stands there and smiles and does what Daedalus does. I don't know, juggle or something. Don't you do that?
That's fine. I will take Tara. Tara, leave your dinosaur though here.
You're taking her.
I'm gonna take her because
Do you understand what just happened 5 minutes ago? You get that, right?
fine. I'll just go by myself. Everybody just stay here.
Take him with you.
Just everybody stay here. I'm gonna go knock on the door. If I get pulled in,
all right,
you better
all right,
break
all
the
right.
door down.
Fine. This is your show.
It's not my show. This is our show. You can just
Okay. All right.
be ready to break that door
It was
down.
nice knowing you.
So
Well, that's what they always
when
say.
he goes up there, though, I'm actually going to stick around and stand out of view.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
thanks for the support there, Daedalus.
Hey, no, I'm going to be right next to the door, but I'm just making sure he just sees you.
Okay.
and
So
not me.
why don't we do this? So
there's windows.
you're gonna make a stealth roll.
Yeah, I'm going to try and stay out of sight to where he thinks he's just speaking
Gotcha.
to him.
Gotcha. Okay. So just out of the peripheral of his vision.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Let's hope this turns out good. 7.
7. All right. So you knock on the door.
I use my sword, by the way. I don't even use my fist. I just kind of have my shield up and I just use my sword to knock on the door.
Okay. So the door opens, and you see this very short, kind of overweight human, balding, older gentleman with this coat with blood stains on it.
Yeah.
And he's so short, he's almost eye to eye with you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking at you. What do you want?
Okay. All we want is just to know exactly what's going on here.
And then as soon as you
Don't
say
shut the door.
as soon as you say that, you hear Daedalus kind of trip over his own feet behind you, and kind of straighten himself up with that nice 7 stealth roll.
Alright, well, my friend is here to help find out what's going on and to see if you need any medical help or magic help. I don't know.
Is that Hartwell the Magnificent?
Yes! You know him. You've heard of him. Yes, this is
Of course I know
Daedalus,
him.
aka Hartwell the Magnificent. This is totally him.
Of course I saw him. Who hasn't seen Daedalus Hartwell the Magnificent?
I don't think we've come across a single person that doesn't know who he is. It is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
It is awesome.
he's an innovator.
Yes.
You don't
He has
understand.
his moments.
Oh,
I understand.
I'm a fan.
I've traveled with him
I'm a
for
fan.
years.
I'm a fan. Hey, I'm a data head.
Perfect. Perfect. Hey, you know what? Tell us what's going on. I'll get you his autograph.
You, and especially Daedalus Hartwell, you need to leave this place. This place is cursed.
Well, we're here to find out what's going on, actually. So,
The town doctor.
aye.
As you can tell, we've had to convert this city hall here at Happy Haven, where all your dreams come true, to a makeshift hospice.
You mean more like a quarantine, maybe?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Something is happening here to this town.
Aye.
We're being watched. They're everywhere.
It sounds like there's some kind of issue with that, but yes, we feel like we're being watched, but we don't really know what's going on. And your bartender over there, he kind of just chopped his nose off.
Floyd,
I didn't.
burly guy,
Yeah.
scarred.
And he kept just yelling at us, "Where your dreams come true," and trying to feed us a nose.
Yeah.
Well, more specifically her, and I just went to Tara behind me.
That would be Floyd. He's a good man.
Was a good man. Yeah, you might need to piece him back together at one point, maybe.
What is that large creature in the middle of the street?
It's her pet
Her
dinosaur.
pet.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a dog or anything.
No, I have a flying monkey, but she decided, yeah, she had her moment back in the jungle and all this stuff, so she went kind of a little native.
Ah,
So, yeah, I don't know what happened to her during that time, but
Listen,
that's what she came back
for
with.
your safety, I'm begging you to leave this town.
Well, I'm a healer. I might be able to help you with whatever's going on in here. Might be able to help you.
There's nothing that conventional medicine can fix. I've tried
Okay.
everything. I'm just trying to keep as many people alive as I possibly can.
Okay, well.
Make a... You know, I'm going to say make a persuasion roll here. With advantage due to the influence of one Daedalus Hartwell.
Yay! Hey, you know what? Beautiful. That works for me. Plus, I have a plus 6.
Good idea that I came with you.
You have influence.
So, 17,
23.
18, 19, 20, 21,
23.
24.
24.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to show you something. The animal stays outside.
And that's totally fine. Tara,
You
she
can't.
stays outside if you were to come
So
in.
you hear him yelling that from the door because you're kind of out in the street with the rest of the group.
So I kind of like roll my eyes. Why does everybody gotta judge my baby?
They're not judging, man, but just leave her outside because this is a building, and we don't know what's going on inside. So just leave her in the street.
Yeah,
So
tell her to stay on guard.
Yes.
So I, tell her to stay on guard on the front of the city hall or the quarantine,
Okay.
just
No.
to stay there.
Okay.
I'm gonna give Griffith a piece of jerky, 2 pieces of jerky, and I just tell him, hey, go stand guard with Nox and give her this piece of jerky, okay?
Okay. So he he farts on your shoulder and flies over to Nox.
Thanks. I gave. This is whatever. Just.
So
Kinda just
do
like-
I hear that? The little
Make a
Oh my
perception
God.
roll.
natural 16.
Yeah, you hear, and then he just flies off.
So I go up to Griffin, put my hand up for a high five.
He high fives it.
Good job, Griffin.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get a move on. You two stay there.
Rocky
move, Tara.
follows you in.
Yeah.
All right, so now these patients, I don't know what they've been afflicted with. Don't touch them. Don't listen to what they're saying. Most of them can't comprehend what's really happening here. I am barely holding on myself. Somebody is doing this. I feel it. I can feel them, their eyes on me at all times. I mean, everybody claims that they feel that, but that's just stage 1 of the disease.
So you have stage 1?
If you feel like you're being watched, you're infected.
I lean over to Tara real quick. Do you remember when Daedalus said he felt like he was being watched here?
Well, yeah.
And he warned us.
So, Pukan is like, I said I'm being watched too. So he kind of levels off his cannon at your direction, Barag.
Aye.
So, what are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying we need to proceed more carefully, I think.
So I level off one of my pistols at him.
Say, stop it. Like I said, cool heads prevail. Put down your guns.
If we figure out the root of the problem,
Exactly.
I got the finger gun going. I'm like,
Finger gun! Just no Mexican standoff, no craziness, nothing. We don't want to get all, each other killed.
No, I'm not sick.
Let's just proceed cautiously. I never said we were sick. I'm just saying we need to proceed cautiously so we don't get sick.
Fine. Fine.
If that happens.
Fine. So he holds up the shard and it's glowing pretty bright.
Shit. This is going to be interesting.
well, why don't we?
Let's go take a look at these patients of the doctors, which this is not going to not bode well, but let's go look at them.
So you hear what he said. What he said.
Whatever he just said.
yeah.
Nah,
He
I
agrees
don't know.
with you,
Ah,
even
Good.
though you're an imbecile. His words, not mine.
okay, well.
I agree with what he said. You are an imbecile.
I'm the imbecile. I'm just whatever. We'll let that
So
go.
you guys go into the city hall, and as you go in, you see makeshift cells, and in these cells, you see people tied to chairs, to beds. A lot of them look emaciated. A lot of them are foaming at the mouth. Some of them look like they are suffering from physical damage. But actually, everybody make a perception roll.
Natural 19.
20.
25.
25. 1. Okay. So you three, you get the impression that the wounds that they are suffering from are self-inflicted. You don't think that this was done to them as much as it was something that they did to themselves. And you just hear screaming. You see blood smears on walls in these cells. And you see, for the most part, like, blankets around the ropes that are securing these people. And it looks like he's trying to take care as to not damage them or hurt them. But there's only so much that one person can do.
Right.
So, alright, so a lot of weird stuff has been going on, okay? Now, I found something last night. They were at the window. I know they were at the window. I don't know if it was the disease. I don't think it was. I found old Cleaver out there. Let me show you old Cleaver. So he goes off into what was once a library. All of the desks have been converted to beds with pillows. It looks like a third world hellhole in here, but he's trying to kind of make it into an infirmary of sorts. So he goes over to one large pine desk, and you see somebody on the pine desk lying down, but there is a blanket, like a horse blanket, drawn over them.
Mm-hmm.
Old Cleaver.
What happened to him?
I don't know. So he walks over to him and he slowly takes the horse blanket off. And as he does, it looks like his head has been completely sunken in from the inside.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
Oh, and are we to assume that these things are connected?
The Watchers. Huh?
The Watchers.
those,
Okay.
those are the people that, or things, that are keeping an eye on this town?
I think they've been here for a long time.
Well, how long has this town been here?
A few hundred years. But they've kept people away. Huh? And those, they come in, they don't come out.
Oh,
But
lovely.
they get in your brain though too. Right? That's how they're able to keep this place so hush. You know?
Yeah.
So no maps ever get made of this place, right? No word of mouth.
Aye.
People who don't forget end up like old Cleaver here.
Ah, well.
Oh, joy. So-
Actually, I do have a question for you. Have you seen, and I kind of motioned to Pukan to like kind of come over to where I'm at.
Okay.
Any type of, I know this is going to sound weird, shiny crystal-like objects, anything glowing at night, out of the ordinary?
Little Miss, to be honest, I'm having a very difficult time discerning what's real and what isn't. But to answer your question, I have not.
Well, we can.
But
We're,
Pukan kind of like opens his hand and the shard is glowing pretty bright. And he looks at you guys and he's like, I think it's somewhere here.
we may
Alright.
need to look around for this thing.
I don't split up though, anybody. Don't do nothing stupid. And let's just go room by room, and wherever this little shard takes us, we go.
I agree.
Well, Pukan, after you.
Wait. I can't have you guys roaming the city hall. I mean, sick people here. I don't want you disturbing their health or their treatment or their well-being, and I don't want them doing the same to you.
We won't do anything.
We had a fella here, I don't know, arrived a week ago, and he's a bit of a disturbing presence, if I'm being honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want a repeat of that.
Well, we won't do anything. We won't bother anybody. We're just gonna walk very quietly through the rooms, and then we'll
Is he still here?
just see how everybody is.
Yeah, he's in a cell. He turned the locks into the inside of the cell. That way he can lock it from the inside. He said he doesn't trust me.
Well, where's that cell? Where you want to go?
It's down in the catacombs. This building was actually built over an old prison, which is why they built it here. Was the foundations are strong. They wanted the strongest foundation on the most important building of the township, and this township was initially begun, so I've heard. So they built it over an old prison, all stone.
Maybe if we find him, we might be able to find some answers to maybe what's wrong with
The
these
gentleman who arrived a week ago.
people.
Aye.
It's worth a shot. We're looking for something, and it might be tied to this. I'm not saying that it is, but it might be.
Well, the weirdness has been going on before he arrived. But when he did show up, looking how he did, he said he was just here for the fireworks. I don't understand what
did
that
this guy look like?
I don't know, he came in, he was dressed like some fucking clown or a jester or something.
A jester. Yeah. We'll
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to him.
Yeah,
Right
if you
away.
want, we'll go take care of this jester.
You're not
clown
gonna
guy.
hurt anybody.
No.
Trust me. We won't hurt anybody. Well, he has the lock strung inside. How can we even hurt him? He's in a cell.
If you don't mind, I'll join you.
Well, what
He's
about
here
your,
voluntarily.
what about your patients up here?
They'll keep.
Okay. If
Make a perception roll.
You want, but when we go down there, you're gonna kind of stand in the middle of us. We'll basically keep you safe.
11.
Okay. He seems genuinely concerned for the people in his care. And he seems like a person that would go through extraordinary lengths to keep them safe.
Alright, so you sure you don't have to stay here and take care of your patients to make sure they're okay?
By escorting you to this gentleman, I am taking care of my patients.
Okay. Alright. But like my friend here, Daedalus, said, you will be in the middle of the group so we can best protect you, okay?
Sure. I mean,
So,
he's not going to open the door. He doesn't open the door for me. He said doesn't open the door for those who watch, and he doesn't open the door for the doctor.
Alright, well. Where's this entrance to the catacombs?
Follow me.
Alright.
So he takes you down to kind of a sub-basement. And there are all kinds of scrolls and official documents and books and ledgers and things that you would normally find in the city hall. Proclamations hanging on the wall. A lot, it looks like it has been destroyed or partially burned. And as you continue to go down into the basement, you go down this really old set of rickety stairs down to the bottom. And there it starts, you can kind of smell the moisture in the air. It's wet down there. It smells like growing fungus. He said he wanted the deepest cell that we had, so we gave it to him.
Interesting that he would, that this entrance is even open.
I mean, I opened it for you, but normally it isn't.
Aye.
So he takes you over to the cell. And as you walk over, you do see a man. Looks like he was in a jacket that had sleeves that are a little longer than usual, that are strapped to his back. And he's just kind of sitting in the corner, just kind of his head at an angle, the jester hat still on. And then he sees Daedalus, and you just see this smile just creep almost ear to ear, this eerie kind of smile just creep over his face.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the one talking to him. Why don't you do it?
Daedalus Hardwell.
Oh,
I knew that you would be here. Huh?
Yeah, we're just here for answers.
Aren't we all? I'm
What-
just
what
here
again?
to see the fireworks.
You're always everywhere to see the fireworks.
Well, whenever you're concerned, is where I'll be. Huh?
Well, one of them, and I point to Tara, Barag, Cole. They're gonna, one of them are gonna
Fuck
ask.
them.
No, they're gonna ask you
I'm
questions.
talking to you, and only you.
Well, then what is going on around
So he
here?
kind of slowly gets up onto his feet, and he walks over to the bars, and he puts his head between two bars, the closest set to you, and he just is still smiling.
So what's going on around here?
I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, can we just get some answers? They said you came here a week ago.
Yes, I did.
any sort of information as to what is causing
I'm not
this.
here to help you. You have to help yourself. You're going to be a great hero one day. I want to bear witness to that.
So I look back at them and was like, he's not going to tell us anything.
Don't worry. You'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Stick around. All will be revealed in time, I'm sure.
Do you know anything about a Seer Stone clown?
No, I don't. I've heard of them. I've looked for them. Boy, I would love to be able to see Daedalus Hartwell anytime I wanted to.
So I kind of point a dagger at him.
And he kind of looks at you. And then looks right back at Daedalus. Tell me, how does it feel to sleep in the bed all by yourself again? Does it hurt?
I did not answer that, and I looked at them and was like, come on, let's go.
Does it hurt, Daedalus?
Seriously, ignore this guy.
Please tell me you've been able to fight through the pain. It will temper you, I promise.
I was like, hey, Bukan, is this thing shining brighter when we came down here?
So he opens his hand and it's glowing very brightly.
So that means it's down here somewhere.
Alright, this guy's no use to us in this cell. He's just obsessed.
So I look back at the mirror.
And weird.
Do you want to go back up? We will be. Or do you want to stay down here with us?
Oh, as long as... I'll tell you what. Let me take this gentleman upstairs. Secure him. That way I know that it's just you guys down here. Nobody can get hurt. He can't hurt you. You can't hurt him. And you can have free reign of the sub-basement, the prison, whatever you want.
I don't know if that'd be wise with your patients. I mean, we've dealt, at least one of us has dealt with this man before, and he is not
But
one.
I am patient. I am not well. I'm crazy.
You were crazy before you came here, you stupid jester.
It's true. But now I'm just crazy for Daedalus. Here at Happy Haven, where all your dreams come true. Have you seen Melchior?
So, Doctor, you...
It's been a long time since that swamp hole. I think I must pay her a visit.
So, I pull out my algebra dagger.
Don't do it.
You do not bring up my student.
I hear she's been hanging around with somebody.
Let's just get out of here.
Bye.
Something tells me that man does not fear pain or death. I don't think he's gonna cooperate with us.
So
he's here
I'm
for
like
the chaos.
trembling at this
That's
point.
it.
I have my
Sure.
knives and I'm trembling. Daedalus, just convince me not to kill him. Convince me not to go back there and just kill him, please.
Yeah, don't stoop to his level. He wants you to do that.
I'll do that. We have to find the Seer Stone. I put my hand on Tara's shoulder and he's like, don't do it. It's not worth it.
So I start like kind of like,
Just relax. Remember, would Hestia want you to do that?
no.
Exactly. Hestia would not want you to take his life. Let him be crazy. He's locked in a cell anyways.
So I put my daggers back.
Alright, so you see him kind of, with his teeth, kind of turn the key in the lock on his door. And the door pops open. And he walks out with the doc. By Valor's Ransom. It has been a pleasure as always.
Let's just ignore him.
Daedalus, don't forget, they will hate you soon enough. They will blame you for everything. Remember I said it.
I'm like, yeah, sure.
So he is escorted back upstairs. And you hear him say, Doctor, are we having applesauce for dinner again? Yes, Kasur. So they walk up and they lock the door, the very heavy door behind them.
Oh, that's beautiful. So now we're locked in here too.
I think why they want to lock it down here is if we find something they don't want it or whatever it is whatever they are down here.
I just hope there's not it or whatever you think is down here.
So you hear what he said, what he said, what he said.
Well, where's that stone going there, Pukan?
We go deeper in.
Okay, everybody keep their guard up. You don't know what's
Why do
gonna
I
be
feel
there.
like we've just walked into some sort of trap?
And I feel like the hair
Hold
on my
on.
neck raising. I feel the same thing.
Hold on.
I mean, this fucker's arch enemy is here, waiting.
Alright.
Hold on. He said when we first met him, he said there was a jester. He didn't know his name, correct?
Well, he's been his patient. I mean, he's
He
been here for a
just-
week.
He just said there was,
There was a guy in
some
a jester
guy
costume.
Yeah.
in a clown costume. He
Yeah.
He
said.
just called him by his name,
So
He just said
Kasur. He didn't say that he knew his name. All he
what
said.
do you think? They're in cahoots? Like this is one big setup?
I
have
think
a-
so.
This, and I point to where the cage. That man is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's insane here at Happy Haven, where all your dreams come true.
Okay, let's find this fucking
Let's
stone.
hurry this up. Let's just move as quickly as possible. Yeah. I think you've been here one too many days, and
Yeah.
I think.
We need to get out of here.
Well,
right
he
now.
just locked the door, and
Let's go through the door and let's leave.
well, I don't think that door can open.
We've got it.
It's probably a one-way door.
So I need everybody to make a perception roll.
15.
16.
20.
16.
Okay. You all feel a presence. A watchful presence. And as you're looking around, you're looking at empty cells, swearing that somebody's watching you from those cells. And then you snap out of it, you're like, no, there's nobody there. But all of you now feel like you're being watched.
Great.
Look, we're all. I don't know if you guys felt it, but there's something going on here.
Yeah, you're right, there is. Let's get your dinosaur and let's get the fuck out of here.
What about the Seer Stone? What about?
Is it worth your life?
Well, I mean,
Do you want to be like our jester friend? You know, Happy Haven? Where all your dreams come true?
Him too. Him too.
Okay, okay.
We better start moving.
So
Did-
he kind of he levels his cannon right at Barag.
Hey, hey.
I level my gun at him again.
okay, relax.
Oh my god. You just said it. I just said it. That means we need to get out of here or find this shit.
Let's get out of here.
Alright, let's go to the door. Let's go try the door.
So Pukan runs up the stairs, the very rickety stairs.
I wouldn't run.
So he gets to the top and you see him kind of like banging on the metal door. So you're making a strength feat. 5. So he's just banging on the metal door, and you see what he said, like take a dagger out, and he's just banging with the hilt of his dagger on the door, saying what he said. And he looks at Pukan, looks at him, and he says, "You said it too. You said Happy Haven. Well, your dreams come true. You just said it." And he says, "What he said."
Oh no.
What if there's an exit out of here? Well, what if there's a sewage line? Something. It's old. It's wet down here. There's got to be some type of water mechanism, something in these catacombs.
So Pukan kind of like, he stops banging on the door and he just sits down with his back against it, and he has his head against the door, and he's like, "We're trapped. We're dead."
Not yet. We're not dead yet.
We need to find a way out. There is water, there's moisture. Where there's moisture, there's got, like I said, there's got to be a sewage line. There's got to be an exit somewhere.
There's only one way out of here, and that's down.
If this was truly blocked, if there was nothing but stone, it would be dry. There would be no fungal, nothing. No fungi. There's got to be some type of air pocket, some type of
Okay, just relax. Enough explaining.
Make
Let's
a-
just walk.
Make a nature roll. You being a ranger.
natural 20.
Okay, so as you kind of are inspecting the environment, right? You're looking around, you're seeing puddles of fluid and drips, and you're seeing the way the plants are kind of growing. You can tell that there's a heavy concentration of some sort of fluid below. But it ain't water.
Alright. We've got good news and we've got bad news. Good news is there might be a way out of here.
And the bad?
I don't know if it's a way that would be, how do you put it, safe? This fluid, and I kind of like motion with it with my hands. It's not water, but the plants are going towards that direction.
All right.
That might be our way out.
All right, fuck it. We follow the stone. We stick together. We follow the stone, right?
Let's go. Just head on a swivel. Let's go.
All right.
That's all we can do at this point because I don't want to be in this place anymore. And I've only been here for less than a day.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying the name of this place. Swear. Let's just follow the stone.
All right. We go deeper then.
That's all we can do at this point. Obviously, and I point to Bukan, you had no effect on that door, much less us.
I mean, given time, I'm sure I could break it down, but to what end, I suppose?
Those stairs would probably break first.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep moving, I guess.
You want to take points since you got the stone, I guess?
Yeah.
I'll be right behind him.
Okay.
I'm going to bring up the last. I'll be last man.
All right. Anybody? Okay. So we've got Pukan, we've got Terra, and Rocky.
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'll be after him.
And you're bringing up the rear.
Yep.
All right. So he is going to make a natural fucking 20 on his investigation roll
Thank God.
Nice.
or perception roll, and he leads with the. I would have done it with advantage because he has the shard,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't need it. He rolled 20. All right. So he gets to a wall, and he's like, something on the other side of this wall. You've got stonemason, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. What? That's
I got Nox is still up.
15.
Okay. So, the stonework that you're looking at, it's different from the stonework in the rest of these catacombs. This stonework is newer. It's still decades old. It's still been there for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a newer wall. And the stone is of a little different composition than the rest of the catacombs. So it looks like it's been erected there kind of after the fact.
So this is puzzling. This wall that Pukan is to go to is newer. The rest of the place is much older than this wall.
Let's go through the fucking wall.
After you, lad.
All right. So let's make a strength roll. Strength feat. Natural 5. So you see him just putting his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You see little bits of dust falling off the, falling from the wall and the ceiling. Little crack in some of the mortar that has been placed there, but still not able to get through.
Hey, Barag, you think you could help him charge that thing down?
Either that or maybe let's see if there's a lever before we just bring down the wall, because I'm scared if we bring down the wall, I might bring down the whole place. So let's not resort to beating the wall up first.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Natural 19. So he runs right through the wall. Stones falling inward, and he falls into a chamber, a stone chamber
fucking
that looks like a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So you see him kind of like pushing stones off of him that have fallen. All right, that's how we Goliaths do it. We don't use levers like pussies.
Okay. Well, when I have to dig your body out from under a bunch of stone, yeah, I'm just saying, man, next time let's think a little more smart and not so just let's use brute strength.
Listen,
This is coming from you.
Yeah, this is coming from
I'm
you.
the blunt object. I don't mind being the blunt object.
That's fine, but I'd rather have a live blunt object than a dead blunt object.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say. Is just because this place is old. This may be new, but this place is old. It could bring down the whole place on all of us.
All right, Professor.
Just saying, man. I would like to live, even though this place is creepy. I want my life.
Sure.
I don't want to be buried under a bunch of rock. I may be a
Wait,
dwarf, but there's only so much I can do.
We get the point, Barag. We get the point.
All right,
So
You sound like you're real scared of dying.
just a little.
I mean, we all are, don't get me wrong, but you seem real hypersensitive about it.
I've been there. I've touched it multiple times. I've been down that path. I don't want to go back to that.
Well, don't worry, I guess Hestia will protect you or whatever.
I hope so. I hope it'll protect all of us.
Yeah, right.
So,
So he...
well, you're
Gets
alive
up.
right now, right?
Yeah. No thanks to you. So he gets up and continues down the hallway. He's got the shard out in front of him, and it is dark down here.
Oh, man.
And it stinks. It smells like rotting flesh and vegetation. And as you guys continue a little further down, I need everybody to make perception.
13.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
This is my fourth one.
25.
25. Okay,
Oh
so
my God.
you guys notice there is... At first you think it's just like a lump of rags or cloth until you start getting closer to it. For you it's hard because you don't have dark vision. Everybody else does though. And as you come up to it, this is a body that has probably been here for about a month. It is partially decomposed. Bone is now starting to peek through the rotting flesh, which is blackened. Who rolled that natural 20?
I did.
Okay. So as you're kind of looking at the body, it's kind of face down in the stonework. Oh no, it's not. At this point, it's not even worked stone. It's just a cavern. And so as you're looking at the body, you notice 2 holes at the base of the skull here. And that face is sunken in. It's crushed in. And as you're looking around, you see small, they almost look like tadpoles. All about 100 of them. But they are dead. They have expired.
This is interesting. Do you guys see this? His face, these markings. It's
Same as the guy upstairs.
I can't trust what I see anymore, to be honest with you.
I mean, it has to be some type of creature. There has to be something else going on besides this shard.
Something protecting him, maybe. Maybe the Watchers of the Guardians. And they put this creature here to protect whatever the Seer Stone.
How did you get that shard in the first place, Pecan?
I had to kill a lot of people to get it.
Okay.
Well,
Nothing similar to this.
No.
It might be affected by the magic, but it's not a guardian of it. Because Pukan probably would have been through a similar experience if there was such a thing.
well, I mean,
The more we talk, this is just, and like I kind of like fill my arms. Oh, this is just creepy. This.
well, duh. I mean, he and I just said something really, the phrase that's not to be mentioned. We just said that. How can that get any more creepy? Soon you're gonna say it. Cole's gonna say it. Next is gonna be Daedalus.
Well,
And he's been longer here than us.
and well, Cole hasn't really talked much.
Well, he's
But
more
that-
the silent type, duh.
That's true too.
So, I mean, I don't know what else to do here, but continue on, I guess.
I mean, do you guys have any idea
Yeah,
what
let's
this
just
might be?
get this fucking over with.
Let's get the Seer Stone and get out of here. Find the way out of here. And hopefully find the Seer Stone on the way. Either
Alright.
way, I want out of here because I don't want to go insane and be locked up like all those people upstairs.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Alright. I guess that's as good a plan as any. Although, honest with you, I'd feel a little bit safer with a dinosaur at our side.
I wish.
Oh, Nox. Oh.
Don't
So
worry.
now I'm like
Nox can
really
take care of
freaking
herself.
out.
Nox can take care of herself. Don't worry about her.
So I start kind of hyperventilating. This is my baby.
Ah. Remember, Hestia will take care of all.
Yes.
Hestia watches over all.
So Pecan continues down. So now the hallway kind of takes a curve. You see kind of like stalagmites now and stalactites that have formed naturally from this particular catacomb. And as you are walking down, the hallway kind of takes a curve. And natural 6. So Pukan continues to walk down the hall, and it comes to like another bend, the kind of like a 90-degree bend, and you guys hear, and you see his foot kind of like start to sink, and you hear a chain snap, and you hear something falling. It's hard to see, especially for you, but you're right behind him. But somewhere in the middle of this column, something is going on above. I need everybody to make a perception roll.
16.
18.
18. Okay. Barag, I need you to make a perception roll as you are hydrating.
Yes. Hydration is key. 16.
Okay. So, Pukan accidentally set off a trap, and there is a very large boulder. It weighs tons, coming down right in the middle of the column. So, Cole, Daedalus, so Pukan is safe. You're safe, but you're in the middle, right? Oh no, you are.
I was at the end.
You're at the end. Okay,
Yeah.
so you three. I need you guys to make either an acrobatics or no, I'm gonna say an acrobatics check. Or an athletics check if you just want to kind of muscle your way through.
Oh, you know me.
I do an acrobatics.
Definitely acrobatics.
Definitely athletic.
So the difficulty here is 12. It is large, but you know that it's large, so it'll be easier for you to.
Oh yeah,
No,
easily.
17 plus
Uh,
5. Yep.
28.
20.
15
Okay.
plus 9.
So all of you kind of run forward as this large, I mean, it's got to be at least 2 tons of rock just kind of cuts off the path behind you from where you came.
Oh,
But you're safe. Nobody got squashed.
And I have to watch out for those too.
Aye.
Tara, make a perception roll with advantage.
You might want to have Tara possibly take lead because she's good with the traps.
See, 18.
So as you're standing there now, you're standing in the mouth of a very large chamber deep in this catacomb. And you are almost blinded by your eye patch. So much so that you almost got to take it off quickly.
And so I kind of like whip it off as fast as I can. Oh,
And
what
as
the hell?
you focus, and all of you focus, you see kind of like this large stone well, and you see tentacles coming out of the well. And we're going to take a break so I can set up the board. Woo!
But yeah.
All right, so we'll be right back. It'll be no time for you, but we're going to take a quick break.
Oh! Whoa! Damn!
Wow! Holy crap!
What?
What's with Mother Brain?
What?
Mother
That is just next
Holy
level.
mother!
You want to grab? Can you grab my phone real quick for me?
Of God! Now we know what you've been working on.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Holy sh! Babe, pictures. Stat.
Oh, hold on.
That's all right. We're actually recording, so
Oh!
Oh,
Sit.
no worries.
Oh,
No worries.
man.
So, as you guys come in from your break, your snack.
Yes.
That.
Oh my lord! I don't even know where we're gonna.
Wow.
Just wow! I don't even know where we are. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Whoa.
So, this is the entrance. This is where the stone fell in the hallway.
Okay.
Oh.
That's the body that you guys found. It was
Oh,
not
that's
underneath the
dope.
stone. But as you come in, you see this large pool of like green viscous fluid.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as what you saw earlier. It is not water. It smells like some sort of rot. And as your eyes begin to focus to the dark, you do get some illumination from like volcanic vents underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, you see these figures, robed figures, running around. There seem to be people or humanoids tied to stakes at certain points in this cavern. And these humanoids are very tall, lanky. They've got like a greenish hue to their skin. And those are the people that are kind of tied up to the stakes. However, it seems like other than this giant brain, you see these other humanoids with almost like writhing, slimy tentacles dropping where their mouth parts would normally be. The tentacles range in length. And they seem to be covered with like a slime or a mucus, as far as you can tell. And beyond that, you see a large, what is essentially a large brain, kind of slowly rise from that stone well that you guys saw when you first entered the chamber. The tentacles themselves, they're not tentacles as you would normally. They're almost like large hardened veins. You can see blood flowing through them. So they're not like octopus tentacles or squid tentacles. They're almost like veins or capillaries. And you do see that slime that these humanoids, these mind flayers are covered with. That's what also covers this large brain. They seem to be paying you no mind whatsoever, though. Actually, if you can lift up that big brain for me there, Sean. And can you pop that light on for me?
Just
Underneath. There's a switch underneath. There you go. And then put that brain back over it for me. Watch out for that one. If you could just turn it a little.
Oh,
The other, yeah, the tentacle's getting caught there. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, a little, yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Perfect.
Right there.
And you do see these kind of colors as it's almost processing information. You see changes within the hue of its flesh. It's mostly pinkish and purple, You've got medicine, right, Daedalus? Somebody's got medicine here as a proficiency.
I'm not proficient in it.
Oh, I am.
Barag, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It looks very much like a humanoid brain.
Oh, crap.
And I need you to make an investigation roll, Tara.
Natural
20.
Damn.
First off, with a natural 20, I can tell you that a lot of the small tadpoles that you saw around that one body when you first entered that hallway, you see a lot of movement in this pool of this green viscous fluid. And you see tadpoles, essentially. These tadpoles are very different when you looked at them. They almost had kind of almost like mandible mouth parts with small tentacles beginning to form. But they're very different from anything that you've ever seen, and it seems like there are millions of them in
Not to be the bearer of bad news, because this is bad news. You know those little tadpole looking grossness over there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's they're all in there.
Oh, where? That green thing?
Yeah, there's millions of them.
Oh, so
Perhaps.
don't fall in the water.
I think
Or if
Yeah.
it's water.
if you would even call that water. Oh,
It's
Whatever.
not. It seems almost like an organic material.
I think this is like a. I'm just guessing here, but this looks like it's a breeding ground.
I don't know, but I guess this is where the stone might be.
Of course, this is where the stone might be. Because why not? We can't just have a simple let's go pick up a stone. We're gonna have to go fight our way through it.
Well, I mean, it is a stone that is able to find anybody, so...
I know, I'm just being sarcastic here, Barag.
So as you guys continue to kind of talk quietly amongst yourselves, you do see also there are these quadruped sort of creatures that essentially are very oversized, kind of engorged, slimy, bloody brains that almost have twists of veins and capillaries that almost form like legs that end in kind of like these hardened veins like claws. And they seem to almost be not guard dogs, but for lack of a better term, guard dogs. So what do you guys do?
Well, I'm at the back, so...
I say we go and I say we go towards those poles, whatever those things are tied up on. I mean, they might be victims.
Well, I don't know. I think we should focus on getting rid of the enemy first, and then figure out what to do with the people on the poles.
Well, like I said, we just take them out one at a time. Take out the lackeys of whatever the hell that thing is, and I point to the brain.
Okay.
Okay, well...
I'm gonna actually... No, you know what? No. Yeah, you were saying?
I don't know what to do, where to go. I mean, where do we start? There's...
So Pukan kind of looks over to you guys and he says, I see a glow in the pool.
a glow.
Yeah, like this.
Oh.
Well, who's the best at swimming? The pirate.
I am. I've got gills now.
Oh, yeah, you do. And I lost my helm of underwater breathing, so that would leave it up to just you.
Well, we're gonna need a distraction if I'm gonna retrieve this crystal. You guys are gonna have to do some work here.
I don't know what to
You
do.
gonna dive in there?
I don't think
I
that's
don't-
the best course of action yet. I think we should...
Not as if it's just water.
I don't think we should send you down there alone.
You know it's not water.
Yeah.
I don't think we should send you down there alone. Whatever's in there could kill you, and you might not come back.
Or we could
And
just.
as you guys are talking, you see Pukan is starting to sweat.
You all right there, Pukan?
I want to get out of here.
Listen, the
As
sooner we take down
widows.
this enemy, the sooner we get out of here. I say we go north and we take on as we go. We take out that big thing. That might be the one controlling all these little things in that, whatever that is.
So as you guys are talking, all of you hear in your mind a voice, and it says, "Come forward."
Oh, great. Anybody else hear that?
Yes, and ignore it. No.
How am I supposed to ignore it? I'm ignoring it, but we're gonna go for it anyway, so.
So as you guys are talking, you see these humanoids with the tentacled mouth parts, the small beady eyes, all kind of like look in your direction. It's almost like when you shine a light in an alligator's eyes, how it kind of reflects back to you. You just see, like, kind of like in the dark, you kind of see their shadowed forms, but you see just like these piercing eyes through the darkness, just leering at you. And again, you hear, "Come forward."
Well, I don't know about you guys, but there's only one way to go anyways. Well, and I just point behind us. You see the stone? There's only one way to go, so we might as well get this party started.
Don't do anything stupid. Let's just follow whatever this thing is saying.
I'm not saying we do anything stupid, I'm just saying either way, there's only one way out of this place.
Come forward.
Exactly.
So, I kind of motion towards the group. Let's see what this thing wants.
I'm gonna go for it first. I'm just gonna
And
go.
I'll follow suit.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go up to this little bridge here. And
You see one of those large brains with those quadruped brains. You see it on the bridge, just looking at, not looking because it doesn't have eyes, but it definitely knows that you're there. It's aimed at your direction, and what you're guessing its front parts is kind of leering in your direction.
Well, that's not creepy. It doesn't have eyes, but it certainly feels like it's staring at me.
And it's the same feeling that you had when you were up top, only it's intensified.
Oh, this does not bode well. Well, is anybody else gonna join us besides Tara?
I'll join him.
Daedalus, finally. Cole, you gonna stay back there and hide?
Can I, let's see, get like here?
Yeah, we're not in
Oh.
combat now, so
Okay.
you guys can go.
Kyle, where did you want to move specifically?
I'm just gonna stay with you guys.
Okay, right back here. Probably behind Barag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Pukan and what he said are gonna stay by the bridge, but they're not gonna cross it.
Okay.
So just place them right at the
Right here?
right at the foot of the bridge.
And then
And Pukan is sweating bullets. He is nervous, and he has got his cannon aimed right at the brain.
Yeah, whatever you do, don't shoot it.
It is going to kill us. You saw that body when we first came in.
Yes, but let's just
don't jump the gun.
level
No pun
heads
intended.
prevail.
Really?
Do whatever it is that you gotta do, and let's get the fuck out of here.
So I kind of like raise my hands. We only seek passage and a shard of the Seer Stone.
Shard? You mean the Seer Stone? We want the whole thing.
Shut up, Barag.
We've come to take what is mine.
Well, obviously, you probably didn't need us to tell you that. So you probably read our minds, so.
Cole Ravencrest,
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
we
Great.
invite you to be part of the collective. You will be part of something much more grand.
Sounds generous, but I tend to operate alone.
You will never be alone again. We will be one.
I'm gonna have to say no on that, but I think we're gonna
not
take that
giving
stone.
you a choice, Cole Ravencrest. Daedalus Hardwell. You will be part of the collective. You will be one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Terra Highhill. We have no need of one such as you. You can feed the birthing pool.
Oh, lovely. That's what that is.
Right.
Barag Drak.
Hmm.
Iron Hammer.
Right.
We have no need of one such as you.
Hmm.
You can feed our fry in the birthing pool. You will serve us in that capacity.
Yeah. No. Pass.
This is an honor that I bestow upon you.
Only honor is death of you. Just saying.
Many have tried. We will not be destroyed. We come to usher a new age. The anchors have been planted long ago. We plant the final anchor.
Whatever that means.
Oh, it's the end of the human race, the dwarven race, the elvish, tiefling, life as you know it. It is the time of the old gods.
Where have I heard that before?
Alright. Think,
See? What did I tell you? It's a cult. I told you.
You're right, you're right.
Cause
We
Tara-
destroyed that cult, we'll destroy this one too. Don't worry.
We are not a cult. We serve the old one.
Yeah, that's what they tell. That's what you guys always tell us. We serve a higher god. Blah blah blah. Destroy the world. Blah blah blah.
So as you guys are talking, you now see some of the mind flayers begin to head to your direction, but not engage directly. There is one over by the elder brain, and it almost looks like a sacrificial mound. There's a stake on the top, and on the top there seems to be one of those very lanky, tall, green-skinned humanoids tied to that post. Again, you've never seen humanoids like they're not orc. They're very kind of lithe, where orcs are very kind of beefy and heavy set. These are very, very different.
What's with this? And I point to the pole's sacrifices. Tell me you're not a cult, but yet you sacrifice what looks like innocent lives.
They are not innocent. Few are.
And you are the one to decide who lives and dies, I take it?
The old ones decide.
Ah. Again, very culty.
Do not worry, Terra Highhill. You will be remembered in the memory of the community, of the hive. You will live on,
Oh, lovely.
as all who have been consumed or absorbed have. It is an honor I bestow upon you.
Oh, well. Thank you, I guess. Ugh.
What is your answer, Cole Ravencrest?
Gonna have to take a hard no on that. We're here for the stone, and something tells me we're gonna be leaving with it.
Fool. Yet you have no idea. I find you interesting.
Maybe we can borrow the stone? Make a bargain?
A bargain, you say? The Hive will consider a bargain. The bargain is this. Cole Ravencrest, you stay. Your friends may have my stone. You will serve.
And by stay, I suppose you mean join your collective, as you put it?
The collective. You will join the collective. You will help usher the Great Old One. You will place the final anchor.
Afraid I can't do that.
Before this night is through, the last anchor will be placed, and those that lived between dimensions, they shall come.
Maybe I should just put a bullet in this thing.
I think that's easier said than done, my friend.
I don't think it's going to affect it very much.
So you hear as Pukan loads a cannonball into his arm.
Oh, shit.
Pukan, on my signal, shoot the bridge.
The bridge?
The bridge. There's two hostiles right in front of you. Shoot the bridge, they go down into the pool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, at least they're gonna have to go the long way around, and then we'll have the upper hand.
Yeah, but you're trapped on the other side.
Well, if we make our way around, we can eventually get there.
Alright. Tell me when.
So that's it. You just want to talk with us, oh mighty, whatever the hell you are. And I take it Cole and Daedalus are the special ones, right? In your collective, is it?
Yes. They are adaptable.
Ah, adaptable.
They will be turned into a flare. And they will live on in the collective.
And what does the collective do besides, exterminate all living creatures in the sake of a very culty god?
We dwell between dimensions. We conquer. We consume.
Ah, I see. And so...
We were driven to near extinction.
By whom?
So, you see one of the mind flayers, the one on top of that kind of sacrificial mound, kind of point to the green-skinned humanoid on the stake. The Githyanki.
I've never heard of such creatures.
You have. Terra Hill.
Then why toy with these humans, these people here? If they're your enemy, why...
They will serve. They will serve.
I see. Well, I don't think we plan to serve now, do we? And so, I yelled to Pukan, now.
So he... Alright. Let's roll some initiative. Yes. Guys.
Natural 20.
Natural fucking 20 with your stupid ass.
Here.
Guess what?
Well, he gets to add his proficiency bonus because he's a gunslinger as
So
well as his...
29 initiative.
What's
Oh,
18?
How dare you, sir?
18 plus 5.
Okay, hold on.
I'm also a natural 20, so 23.
What's your dex?
My dex is 13.
Your mod.
Hey, Sean, could you hand me a pencil? There's a bunch of
my
pencils
dex.
up there.
What if it's 20?
Oh, okay, so then it's Barag and then you.
Yeah, I'm 17.
We're all
Plus
going
3.
first.
Thanks.
And then, of course, mine's natural 18 plus 5.
Okay, 23. So I believe you tied Barag, right?
Mine was a nat 20 plus my initiative.
Plus your dex bonus.
Oh,
That's your dex.
plus 3.
So yeah, you guys tied. So who has a higher natural dexterity? Okay. So Cole. Got Tara.
We're just good.
Yeah, I'm gonna. God, they suck.
No, uh-oh.
That's not what I'm saying.
Poor Nog. He rolled a natural 2. Alright, Barag.
So I'm assuming the guy next to who Khan is his little,
Yeah.
right? Okay. He's,
Yeah. One second. Okay. Roll for the baddies.
Natural 3.
I always roll really bad
For the bad guys.
for the bad guys. That sucks. Alright. Natural 3 on his attack of the bridge.
aw.
Aww.
So the cannonball, his cannon arm, he has it cocked and loaded, ready to go. You hear the cannon explode. It echoes through the whole chamber, and you see it just go right into the green viscous pool, creating kind of like a channel that follows the cannonball down into the depths of the pool. And you hear, shit! Alright, Cole, your turn.
All right. So I am going to. So these guys are still intact, right, on the bridge.
Yep.
Oh,
So by the way, did we get a full rest or did we not?
Yeah, you go for it.
Could I hit this guy?
Absolutely, you could.
Okay.
As long as you have line of sight.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna start with 2 regular shots on him.
Okay.
Just 1, and
Make a perception roll.
okay. Critical fail.
Alright.
Halfling left.
Hey! Rescue.
13.
You hear, kind of, as you're kind of taking aim at that devourer, you hear a sound from behind you. And as you look, you just kind of see this archaic kind of stone pillar at the base, just skulls. There's some sort of written magical runes. And you just hear it kind of crackle with some sort of energy.
Okay.
Just an FYI.
Okay. And this is that this one behind me?
Yep.
This okay.
There's nothing accidental on the board.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. If I lower my weapons, does the pillar react at all?
You just feel the energy coming off of it. You hear it.
Okay.
Do any of us notice it?
Yeah, I would say you definitely hear it, and you do see another one on the other side of the pool.
Well, shit. More magic.
So what are you doing, Cole?
I'm gonna take some movement.
God, it feels like forever since we've done that.
Right there.
Uh-huh.
And then take both of those shots.
Okay. And as you're kind of running along the edge of the pool and you're trying to get some distance between this crackling thing, you see kind of like the veins and capillaries that form these tentacles of the elder brain kind of like move in your direction as it kind of swivels within the well of that stone pool. But you also see through the periphery into the green viscous fluid. You see like thousands of those tadpoles almost following you, almost kind of like when you tap a fish tank that has a lot of fish and it just kind of moves. You see them kind of just follow you as you're at the edge of that viscous pool and you're running. You see them kind of like following you.
Okay. So I am going to take both of those shots.
Make sure it doesn't breathe up.
Alright. So first one is gonna be 17.
17 does hit, sir. So go and roll damage.
So damage for that one. That's gonna be 13 damage.
13?
Yes.
Okay.
And second shot. It's gonna be a 28 to hit.
That hits.
And it's gonna be 13 damage.
So 26. Damn. Alright. So describe your moment of victory as you blow this thing apart.
So I just tread right along the edge here, just keeping an eye on my footing.
Right.
Things are following me, and as soon as I feel like I'm in a good spot, I just plant my feet and just simultaneously just
Alright.
and let it loose.
Both guns at the same time?
Yeah.
And it just falls apart. You see body parts of this thing kind of fall into this pool, and you see these tadpoles start quickly swimming towards where these bits have fallen into the pool.
Okay.
Most probably to consume whatever organic matter fell into the pool.
Okay.
Probably a good idea somebody didn't go jumping into the pool. So well done, sir. Is that going to end your turn?
The one on the bridge?
The one on the bridge, yes.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Cole. That was a good one. So next up is going to be Tara. Tara Highhill.
Is the pillar attached to like the wall itself, or is it like separated?
It's against the wall,
It's against the wall.
but it's not attached to it.
Okay. I didn't know if it just like kind of came out from the wall or
No.
something like that. So, I'm gonna use the living rigging. And throw it towards the stone. It's technically not a creature. So I'm gonna call for Barag and see if he can help me pull it down.
On his turn, he can.
Yeah.
So you are going to use the living rigging to wrap it around this
Yeah.
the
the
stone construct,
Yeah.
and hold your action
Yes. Hold my action till.
till
Barag's-
Barag, and then you guys are going to do a strength feat with advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. So that's going to end your turn. Next up is going to be Barag. So quickly, Terra takes the living rigging, and it wraps itself around this pillar, this stone pillar that's just crackling with magical energy, the one that Cole just ran past. So did you put yourself on the board where you want to be? You got to take that movement, don't forget. Okay. So she's now got the living rigging tethered to this stone edifice. You also see Cole has taken out one of these creatures, these devourers. But all of these creatures within this chamber now seem alive and intent on your demise. So, what do you do?
Okay, so she yells for me to come over, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Alright, I'm on my way! And I'm gonna take movement right next to her, and I will help try to bring down the stone.
So, go ahead and make a strength feat with advantage. Whoever has the highest strength.
Me, of course.
Of course.
Natural 19 plus 9.
Alright. You pull, but this thing is close to a ton. And your fingers begin to bleed, but it's not moving.
Okay. Alright. That would be my action, right?
I would say that if there were more than just two of you, it would bring down the DC.
Because of DC's high.
DC is super high.
Okay. Alright.
Who can? We're gonna need your help.
Alright. That'll end your turn. Do you want to take any more movement?
No, well, actually, I will move to the other side of Terra. To
Okay.
make room for Pecan.
Okay.
And
Daedalus.
then- Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim for that guy who's still on the bridge.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm gonna just do 3 Eldritch Blasts straight to him.
Go for it.
So let's do that first. Eldritch Blast. 12 plus 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's a modified 20.
Modify 20.
That was for the first one.
Okay, that hits.
Second one. Let's see, that's an 18, modified 18.
That hits.
And then the final one. Oh, 15 plus 8. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's gonna
that hits. Fucking Daedalus. Alright, so that's how you do it, man.
Let's see.
So hit that damage, all three of them.
Where's one of my D?
Don't forget you get to add your, because you have that invocation, right?
Yeah, where I had
I think it's your charisma modifier or your wisdom modifier.
charisma.
Charisma,
modifier,
okay.
Which is plus 5, by the way.
Ooh.
So automatically that's 15 points of damage before he even rolls anything.
Holy
Because he gets to add that to his damage, his roll damage.
Wow.
So 15
Already.
plus
Plus whatever he rolls.
Jesus.
Whoa.
So,
Dude.
let's see. What
The
would
warlocks are fucking badass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. 15 points of damage without doing
I'm
nothing.
trying to think what to make them look like. It's been a while since we did this.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with like sickles. I'm gonna act like I'm actually throwing them, like I form them in my hand. And just go.
Oh, nice. All right.
So 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
So let's see here. First one. So yeah, it's
So that's
5.
10 total. Because you get to add your
Yeah, so it's 10
10.
for that. See this.
8.
That's 3. Then the final one is 7 plus the 5.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So quickly you see. What color is your Eldritch Blast? Perchance. By the way.
I never really thought about that. No, I'm gonna do something that's probably a little weird. I'm just gonna make it pure white.
Ooh. You know what? That is Daedalus, though.
Yeah.
Pure white.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. So you hit this flare, 3 times. I'm gonna make him make an athletics check to stay on the bridge.
Stay on the bridge, don't stay on the bridge.
Natural 18.
Uh,
So he stays at the edge of the bridge, almost going in. You see again just this large collection of these tadpole-like creatures, kind of almost like large fish waiting for bait fish, sort of, kind of just like waiting on that bridge, as they're kind of picking off what's left of the devourer that Cole killed. Well done. You see its tentacles kind of writhe violently in pain as you hit it with each Eldritch
Yeah,
Blast.
it's gonna move a little bit back.
Okay, take your movement.
It's like right about there.
All right. Next up is going to be Pukan. Mighty Pukan. So he is going to. He's going to take out his war pick and use it in his one good hand. And I think he's going to go right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
What's his movement range like?
I can't tell you.
What if it's like
I can't tell
pretty
you. By the way, what are his stats?
It's a Goliath after all, so it probably can be pretty far.
Probably can. And you see as he runs across this bridge, you can see like dust from the bridge kind of fall with each heavy footfall that he puts down. And he's going to go natural 4. I'm rolling like crap for him today. Natural. So that might hit. Okay. That hits. Alright, so that is the attack. So he gets 2 hits. So let me do damage for him. 8. So he does 11 points of damage for the first hit. And 9 points for the second. So a total of 15. No. 19. So you see him with his war pick, and he just strikes twice right into the mind flayer that you actually hit. And he's just going one-on-one with this thing. And that is actually going to end Pukan's turn. Next up is Nom. Nom is going to follow his boy. And they're essentially going to block the bridge. Or try to. Alright, so Nom is a rogue. So he gets he's got to hit first.
It's multi.
Yeah. 19 hits. He hit with a 9. A natural 9. That sucks. And that's a miss. And that's a miss. Alright, so he hit 1 time. He's gonna also add Fury of the Small to his attack as well. So he gets to add an additional 14 points of damage to that. So. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's 3, 4. Man, look at that. 10, 15.
Oh my god.
Told you. Rogues, man. Rogues.
So he did 36 points of damage in that one with that one dagger strike. Okay, so
little goblin.
That's insane. thing with a little goblin.
So you see his dagger sinks deep as him and Pukan are going to town on this one flare. Alright, so now it's actually going to be their turn. So now we've
And it's
got...
still living though?
It's still living.
How is it still living?
We'll see.
Alright, so I'm going to get... 30. And then 10. This one is going to stay. Actually, no. It's going to come right here. Got a clear line of sight on Cole. Alright, so. Books, books, books. Alright, so the Intellect Devour on Pukan. He is going to... use Devour Intellect. No, he's got 40 on his range, on his movement. He's gonna come right here. And he's gonna use Devour Intellect. So, Pukan has got to make an intelligence save of 12 to resist this Devour Intellect. He's got a -1 on his intellect.
Oh, awesome.
He's a dunce.
Oh no. Oh.
Natural 8. Okay. So you see him. He's gonna take some psychic damage for that. Seven. So you see him collapse on the wooden bridge. His eyes are open and they're rolled over white, but he's collapsed. The war pick completely out of his hand. And what he said suddenly starts going into a panic. So that's going to be that. You are going to... That other Mind Flayer is going to attack Nom. So he's going to attack. You know what? No, he isn't. He's going to use a second level spell. As you see him vanish. Completely disappear. And now we've got the third Mind Flayer. He's going to use... He's going to use Lightning Bolt on Cole. The one on that sacrificial altar is going to use Lightning Bolt. He's going to use it at 4th level. Ouch. So this is going to take 1 action. So So I need you to make a dex save, please.
We modified 20.
Modify 20. Okay, you're only going to take half damage. But it is a lot of damage. So anybody have 3 more d6 I can borrow? And then, I'm sorry, 2 more. Wow. 16, 22, 28, 29, 34 divided by 2 is 17. So you take 17 points of lightning damage as you see magical energies kind of coalesce around the staff of this mind flare on the top of this sacrificial mound, and you just get blasted right in the chest with this bolt of lightning, a purple lightning. It courses completely through you. I mean, you feel like your nerves are on fire. It's even hard to kind of keep your pistols in the grip of your hand. But that is going to end his turn. And then we've got my man, the Elder Brain. Oh no, we don't. We've also got the pillars. You know what? So the pillars that you're the one pillar that you're pulling at. Okay, you're not within 5 feet. Gonna do a D4. D4, okay. So, Barag, I need you to roll a DC 14 con save for me. As this magic energy coalesces around it, you see this green haze, and in the haze, you almost see a human face kind of take shape, and out of its eyes, you see this. It's almost like a laser beam right to you. So I need you to make a DC 14 con save. 16. So you get hit with this ray. It does no damage for a second. For a second, your body kind of begins to shrink and shrivel just a little bit. Your armor gets a little bit looser, but you're able to kind of fight off the effects of whatever magic was thrown your way, and your body goes back to normal. And that is 1. And then there's the other one on the other side. That is going to be 3. Noxious cloud. Alright, so. No. Because it's got a range of 120 feet with that spell. So you could literally hit anybody on the board.
Oh, great.
But it sees both Barag and Terra kind of bunched up there. So it's going to hit that noxious cloud with you guys. It's a 20-foot sphere, radius sphere, 40 foot high.
Okay.
I need you guys to make a DC 14 dex save. 14? So, okay.
Caught that, unfortunately. That would be 15.
15. Okay, you both made it. You only take half damage. You're taking 7 points of acid damage as a green mist forms all around you. It's burning your skin. You could feel it kind of bubbling and burning your eyes. It's really, really hard to see.
7, right?
Yes. And that,
159. I'm alright.
yeah,
No problem. Just a little acid won't kill me.
yeah.
That sounded horrible.
And I think got the Elder Brain right here. So it is going to.
I fear him the most.
Who wouldn't? He's a giant brain in the middle of his ring.
Actually, it's not going to do anything right now.
That's more concerning.
I think it's going to pick its spot, and now is not its spot. Yep. All right, so that's going to end their turn. So we're back at the top of the order. Cole, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn a bit towards the one that just shot that lightning bolt at me, and I'm gonna take.
Now, that's what the gunslingers do, man.
You shot me, I'm gonna shoot you right back.
I'm going to take 2 violent shots. So
You're not fucking around, huh?
no, come out swinging. So that is going to be +2 to misfire. If it hits, 1 additional damage die per grit point.
Yep.
So I'm going to spend just like 1 grit point on each shot.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? Rather than do that, I'm going to spend 2 grit points on 1 shot. And
Okay.
then just make the other shot a regular
shot?
Yeah.
So 2 grit points. That. So what's your misfire?
Misfire at that
With 2
point
grit
will
points.
be 5. So,
Okay.
but
The
I'm
damage
not
will be
ri-
insane.
yeah, and I'm not risking both
Right.
pistol
Sure.
roller, So,
That makes sense.
I will take that one first.
Dude, I'm pulling for you, man.
Thank
I
you.
really, really am.
Thank you.
Get Louis.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 24.
That's a hit.
Okay.
I was fighting that shit.
Let's see how the damage die rolls. But so it's gonna be. So that's gonna be plus. So damage bonus to 1 of the damage dice. So that's gonna be 10. 16. That's gonna be 22 damage.
Oh, man.
And then I'm gonna take the second regular shot.
Gunslingers, man, are high risk, high reward. Get the fuck out of here. You rolled a 1.
Roll the 1.
Holy shit.
Hold on. Halfling left.
Yep.
Feel like a halfling almost.
Might as well be.
So it's gonna be 17 to hit.
Alright, so as you take that first shot, you're feeling a little overconfident with that second shot. Tara kind of sees you out of the corner of her eye, and she's like, "Pay fucking attention, Cole!" And you're like, "Oh shit, yeah." So, yeah, go ahead and roll your damage on that second one.
It's gonna be 7 damage on that.
Damn, dude.
Ridiculous.
That's great. Alright. So, that violent shot got it right in the neck, and you just see this bright green blood ooze out of its neck. The second shot hit it right in its shoulder. But you did a lot of damage in 1 round. So, is that going to end your turn? You want to take any movement?
Yeah, it's gonna end my turn.
Alright. Next up is going to be Tara.
Quick question: if I were to activate my acrobat dagger, would that count as? Could I use that as a bonus action?
I believe it takes an action. Read your acrobat diagram. because you have to cut yourself to
Bonus
activate.
action.
It's a bonus
Each
action.
person has a bonus action.
Oh, bonus action.
All right, bonus action.
So I'm gonna do that as my bonus action, and again, war paint myself.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be. A
So I
normal
believe you take damage when you do that.
Yes,
When you cut yourself to
I
activate your dagger.
2d4.
5 points of damage. Alright, so you take 5 points of damage, you run the blade across your open palm, and the dagger kind of like vibrates in your hand, and then the blade just extends as it covers in flame. And then you just kind of smear the blood across your face.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'm actually going to move. Let's see where I want to go from here. So I'll go right here. This Cole's right there.
Alright. And that's gonna end your turn? Alright. Next up is Barag. You are now holding the rope by yourself.
Oh, you left me with the.
What do you do?
So I said, you can keep the rope. It brings stuff to you.
Alright, I guess. So I'm gonna. I guess well, what a. Would it be an action to release the rigging and take it back? Because I don't want to use it then.
To stow it, it would be.
Okay.
To just release it, I would say no. If you're just gonna release it and drop it, I would say no. But if you're going to release it and stow it, I would say yeah, that would be an action.
Alright, I'm gonna release it, and as much as I just want to leave it there for Tara, I'm gonna stow it.
Woo! Alright.
I'm gonna release it and stow it,
Okay.
and I'm going to take my 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
I was gonna take 60, but
No dash for you, huh?
15, 20, 25, 30. Well, I can't now,
Yeah.
sadly. Yeah, thanks to you. And I'm sure something I could do. I will hold my, no. I'm gonna hold my action just in case anything comes within
Melee? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
So I'll
that
do
makes
that,
sense.
and I will end my turn.
Okay. Next up is Daedalus.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim. I'm gonna just do 3 Elder Blast again, because why not? They're so dang powerful.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm gonna aim once again one. I'm gonna aim one at the guy in the bridge right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim one at the pillar over there,
Gotcha.
and I'm gonna aim one at this other brain that's sitting on the bridge behind.
Okay.
So let's start with the first one, aimed at Black Road Joe Schmo on the bridge.
Go for it.
I love his names for these characters.
Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo.
Let's aim this 19.
That hits? That's the mind flayer, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the mind flare, and then this is for the pillar. That's
Go for it.
Yonder.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13. Let me see if that hits. That, unfortunately, you hit it, but the magic energy doesn't seem to penetrate it. Make an intelligence check.
That's 16.
Okay.
So 17 minus 1.
Okay. As you aim and your magic attack kind of goes wide, you feel a magical presence within. It's not just a stone. It's not even just a construct. But there were mage wars at one point in time, and some of these mages that survived the wars kind of suffered from almost like a PTSD and were driven insane. And you've heard of this before, in ancient text that you thought just legendary. You think that this construct could be that, You definitely feel that there is a presence in there, though. Okay? So go ahead and make your last attack.
And this is for the brain on the bridge.
Go for it. 15 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, this is for the mind. This is mind flare damage. This is the mind flare on the bridge.
Are you doing the intellect devour? I thought you hit mind flare first, and then the construct, and
Yeah, I
then.
haven't rolled damage yet. Because I hit him.
Oh, I got you. Got you.
You
Go.
rolled to see if
Go
it
for
would
it.
land first.
Go for it. And the intellect devour did not land.
Yeah, the one on the pillar did not land.
Okay, gotcha.
Magic is still effective though, right? I'm wondering.
I don't know. So you're gonna roll your damage on the mind flare.
Okay, so that's 2 plus 5,
7.
7 damage.
Okay.
And then for the range, 6.
Okay.
And I think I'm just gonna stay where I am for now.
All right. Next up, Pukan. Pukan is gonna use his war pick. He's been having a bit of luck with that.
Is he even out of there?
Oh no, he's not. He's not. He's still unconscious. Thank you for reminding me. We've got Nong, who does not get that beautiful damage, the sneak attack damage, because Pukan is unconscious.
Sneak attack. It makes it or breaks it.
Yeah, and he rolled a natural 3. He missed with the first one. Natural 20 on the second one. Okay, so. That's another 10 points of damage from Nam. Guys are chipping away at this mind flare. And that's gonna end Long's turn. Now it's their turn. So Devour is going to go here. And alright. So you see the intellect devourer kind of like running around in a circle, almost like it was hurt. And it did get hit with an Eldritch Blast, but this is different. You see almost kind of like this tether between this creature and Pukan, and it just kind of falls limply to the ground as Pukan now gets up and picks up his war pick. So that, if you can take that one intellect devourer off the board for me, please, that would be great.
Those things are not very resilient.
They're good at knocking people out.
They don't really have to be though. Alright, so next we've got a Mind Flayer on Nong. So he is going to do he's going to move in that direction, and he's going to use a Mind Blast. and it's 60-foot cone. So Barag, you're gonna get hit with this. I need you to roll a DC 15 intelligence.
Yeah. You see that. And intelligence. I'm not very smart. I'm about to tell you.
All right.
Just know I failed.
So you take 24 points of psychic damage. And you are stunned for 1 minute.
Oh.
Wow.
That is 10 rounds.
Oh.
Right.
Well, you get a chance every round to try and roll as well.
Yeah.
Of course. Great.
All right.
I'm useless now. I make my intelligence go up.
Well, on the bright side, you had to take your turn. Even though you didn't do anything, at least you're going to take a turn before that happened.
Yeah, but I didn't do nothing to help anybody, so.
Long didn't make it either. So Nong is gonna take some damage.
Which one did that?
The one in front of Nong.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
That's turn. I think it's time.
All right. So that is that one, and next we've got this intellect devourer. Comes out this way at Cole. Come around that corner, and he's actually gonna come back here. Take that position there. And Cole, you're gonna get attacked. A 16 hit.
It does not.
Alright. It's got a multi-attack, so. And it missed the second. So with two claws from the hardened veins that kind of make this the claws, form the claws, you're able to kind of sidestep both attacks as you see this thing coming at you a mile away. And now it's going to be the pillars. Pillar of Lost Macogary. So ooh. Again. Cole and Terra. And Intellect Devourer. All three get caught in another noxious cloud from the pillar across the birthing pool. So I need you guys to make a DC 14 con save, please.
Natural 18.
18.
Am I making that as well?
Yeah.
Okay. 14 con?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. So you guys are both only going to take half damage. But you're going to be considered blinded until the start of your next turn. So for the remainder of this turn, which it doesn't matter because they're at the bottom of the batting order anyway. So, but for now, your eyes are stinging and you're having a hard time focusing.
So what was the damage?
Damage on that is going to be 7 points of poison damage each. Okay. And the cloud is not going away. It seems like the first time, it only lasted for a round, mechanically. But this time, the cloud seems to continue to stay formed. So as you stay in this cloud, you'll continue to be blinded. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And take damage because you'll have to do a new save.
So
every time.
that persists, like even beyond the start of my next turn.
As far as you know. So
Okay.
the first one that Barag got hit with, it was basically instantaneous. It was like, and then just kind of like dissipated.
Okay,
This one hit you, but the mist is just kind of hanging in the air.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So it's not like the first one that you saw. All right. And second pillar is going to. I keep rolling noxious cloud. All right. That one's going to be on Daedalus. Daedalus, I need you to make a DC 14 con save, please.
17.
Woo! All right, you only take 7 points of damage. And just like with Cole and Terra, this cloud seems to just, it hits you, you're completely blinded, but it doesn't seem to immediately dissipate. It seems to just kind of be hanging in the air. Alright, and that is gonna end, nope, I've got one more mind flame over there. Who's going to take a turn. So I'm gonna say he's gonna take some movement. If you can move him right next to the mushroom patch. There we go. Perfect. He is going to use a psychic blast because you're all kind of lined up. The intellect devour is actually gonna get caught in it too. But I need you guys to make a DC 15 intellect save. So you and you, both blinded, you see this shape kind of jump off the sacrificial mound and kind of move over to this cluster of brightly colored fungi. As now you kind of feel almost like your brain is being put in a vice.
That's intelligence?
Yes.
Nope. 8.
8. 10? Okay. You make it, Tara. You do not. So you're going to take 11 points of psychic damage. And you're going to take 22 points of psychic damage. You guys are both considered stunned for 1 minute. Okay? Alright, so, and that is actually going to end their turn. So now it is back at the top of the order, which is Tara, I believe, yes?
That was me.
No.
Oh, Cole. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cole. So, first, you get to make a save
Okay.
every round from the stun.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your save.
That is the intelligence save?
Yeah, DC 15.
$17.
All right. So, for a second, your vision kind of becomes almost like in a tunnel, and everything starts to move further and further and further away until it's like a little pinhole. And you can just only feel pain in your eyes, and you feel pain in your brain. But then you're like, fuck, and you manage to break the effect of the mind blast. But you are still in this noxious cloud. You're going to take damage for being in that noxious cloud.
Okay.
Because you started the round in that. So that is going to be, I believe it's 7 points, but let me just double check.
Am I still blinded?
You're still considered blinded because you're still in the cloud.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a DC 14 con save.
It's gonna be modified 20.
Modified 20. Okay, you're only going to take half damage, so you're going to take 7 points of poison damage. But you do have movement, and you do have an action.
Okay. So, if I were to get out of the noxious cloud, because I started this round in it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna be blind even
Yes.
once I actually.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, and you could still take a turn. It would just be a disadvantage.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily mean you can't do anything.
Right.
It's just going to be harder to do.
So what I'm gonna do is I am going to disengage
Mm-hmm.
and move through Terra here. 15 to 20. What is like the radius of the cloud?
It's 20 feet, so it would be centered on Terra, and it would be 2 spaces
Back.
Yeah.
So this would put me right outside of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Good measure. Let's go back one more. So I will do that, and then I will action surge and use Indomitable, the fighter ability,
Nice.
which I haven't used in a long time, so I have to look up what die it is again. It is. Let's see. Oh wait, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I meant second wind.
Which one?
Second wind.
Oh, second wind is
1d10 plus your fighter level.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Indomitable is like reroll a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 1d10 fighter level. Okay, so it'll be 15 points of health back to me.
All right. Go ahead and add it to your sheet.
And that will end my turn.
All right.
I also, just kind of a heads up, I could probably only play for like another 25 minutes or so.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll do this last round, and then we'll pick it up. Okay.
Sounds good.
Next time. All right. So next up is Tara.
Okay, so quick question,
Mhm.
because I have 2 actions technically with Rogue. So,
Yes.
would if I were to move up 1 and do a disengage to move forward, could I do that?
Yeah. Sure.
And then I can use that second action to attack, or
Do you have a second action or a second attack? There's a
oh,
difference.
that's true. That's no, you're right.
I thought your bonus action could be used to disengage.
You can use your bonus action.
Yeah, I
to
do have a
Barag.
bonus action.
So
So do you want to use your bonus action to disengage?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay. I think that's what you meant, right?
Yeah, that's what I
Gotcha,
meant.
okay,
I'm just
gotcha.
not thinking straight.
That's all right. So you kind of jump over this. Oh wait, you're stunned, aren't
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
you? You're
right.
stunned. You have to do a save first.
Derp.
DC 15 and 11. And if you make it, then you can move.
10 plus 5.
15.
Exactly.
All right.
She's
So
very smart.
yeah. So you go ahead and you do your vault over the devourer. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you are in front of the flare.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're still considered blinded,
Right.
but you can still attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
You have your action, but you've burned your bonus action.
Yeah. So I'll do that. Yeah. So I'll do that. Then roll with disadvantage
Yeah.
for both, right?
Mhm.
I'll roll for the first one.
Still a hit. Still impressive. All right. So
With
that's
17 plus 9.
Jesus Christ. That's the one that's bleeding profusely from Cole's bullet holes.
Okay, so that one is going to be with my first dagger, which is the Agrabah dagger in Fury mode.
Okay.
And then, just in case, for good measure, 12.
12.
Yeah, 9 plus 3.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. So
Okay.
Go ahead and do damage on that first one.
Excuse me.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Shush.
That was my dice. Oh.
And I'm dropping my dice.
Party foul.
Yeah, you need
Okay. No, it's okay. 2d4 piercing, okay. And 2d4 fire damage. So oh yeah, no, I need one more.
There you
Yep. That, and then...
Now you don't get any sneak attack damage
Yeah.
on this, you know. Okay.
You know how many d4 I would need? A sneak attack.
I know. Woo!
6, 11, 14, 17, 22, 24, 27, 29.
27, but you get to
But I
add
have
your
plus
dexterity.
Oh, okay. Then that's plus 5, so 29 plus 5? Because I have plus 2 on
30,
this dagger.
so 34,
34.
plus 2,
Plus 2.
so it's 36.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy moly.
How is it not dead?
Probably just barely hanging on.
Barely
still
hanging
left
on.
one finger.
So you put this fiery agrabah dagger right into the chest cavity. You hear it go thunk, and the blade comes out the back. And you see its tentacles trying to writhe around your neck as it seems pretty hurt. Next up, is that gonna end your turn?
Yes.
Barag. You gotta do that intellect, right?
Yeah, and I am not the most intelligent person.
Alright, well, good luck to you. 15 is the DC on that.
Come on, give me a nat 20.
1!
Hold on. How far away is he? Is he in my line of sight?
He's right
I'm
there.
right there
at
on the bridge.
You just made it by 5, dude. I'm not even shooting you.
Go ahead and re-roll it.
And if she wasn't gonna do that, have Indomitable, so I can also re-roll save
There you
that.
go.
But I would rather save that.
Sure?
Come on.
No. Alright. You still see Barag is almost very kind of punch drunk. As he's
He's like
still
his
there
own
on the
self.
bridge. Yeah. Alright, next up, Daedalus.
Okay, and I'm still sitting in that big freaking cloud, right?
Kyle's heritage.
Yeah, no money for her.
Alright, so.
So I'm still sitting in that noxious cloud, right?
Yes.
And so I have to roll to see how much
You
it
have to roll a save.
was it like a 14, right?
Yes, sir. Con.
19.
19. Alright, so you're only going to take 7 points of damage. As to damage. What are you looking for? So you take 7. And now the cloud that you're in, it's starting now to dissipate, but it's still there.
Okay, I'm gonna move out of it, and I'm gonna move my. Well, being diagonal from home make me get out of it, right? Like,
It's a 20-foot radius, so
He was right here.
yes, you would be out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
because the spell effect was centered on you, so it would be kind of 10 feet over.
So I'm out of it, and even though I'm blinded right now, right?
You are blinded.
I'm gonna still aim at the guy in the bridge.
Okay, so you can make your attacks at disadvantage.
So I'm gonna do 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
Just on him, because I think it's time for him to go.
Got to go.
So here's the first one.
Okay.
See, 8 plus 8 is 16.
That hits.
Okay.
This fucker hits with an 8.
Here's the second one.
Oh yeah.
17 and 16.
He's so happy right now.
And so that's the second one.
All right.
And then here's the final one.
9 and a 9.
9 and a 9.
I hate you. You hit with all three of them with disadvantage. Fuck you. So go ahead and roll damage.
So, let's see, what would be a good...
Like you
Mind
said,
Flayer fight. Pretty tough, right? Nah, not too much. So, go ahead.
Sweat up my back.
So, I'm trying to think, what to make them?
they're octopus.
But not really. But.
Well, they look like them. Or squid.
Well, I'm gonna make it like a... You know, like a warrior, but he's gonna be pretty much body checking him.
Alright.
Like just like this. Bang.
Sure.
So here's the first bit of damage. 10.
10. Okay.
Second bit of damage.
9.
9. And the last bit of damage. Is that a 6?
That's a 6.
6.
So 11.
She's
Fucking 9, man. So,
You said that so calmly, like, this fucking guy.
so quickly, Daedalus, blind as a fucking bat. All three hit. I'm gonna make him make a strength save to stay on that bridge. He's gonna be 14.
Foil. Critical fail.
He falls into the green viscous fluid, and as he's trying to make his way back up, you see him just get ripped to shreds by these tadpole creatures in that green viscous fluid. You just hear him gurgling his last breath as you see his webbed fingers, long clawed webbed fingers, kind of like sink down into that thick fluid. Well done, sir.
Oh, shit.
So I'm glad it did the whole body checking thing. So pretty much my constructs.
Yeah,
body
it
checked
makes
into
sense.
The pool.
It totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. All right.
It's like 1, 2, bink.
All right, Pukan.
He's blind. He's blind.
I know.
Guys.
Hey man, he is an elf. An
What
elf
are
with a
you,
warlock.
top of Avatar or something? Just, like, just feel it with your feet or something?
It's like I am the blind bandit.
I'm the blind Daedalus.
All right, so you see Pukan grab Nong by the throat. You see his demeanor has completely changed since the intellect devourer attacked and expired. He grabs Nong by his throat, and you just see Nong just say, "What he said?" And he just hits him into the bridge. You see blood explode out of the back of Nong's head, and again, you see his limp little body, kind of his limbs flailing as he's being essentially smashed to death into the bridge by his best friend. And that's gonna end their turn. He's gonna try to escape. I'm gonna roll for escape. It did not beat his strength check, so he's still kind of stuck in his grasp. Last turn of the evening is gonna be the baddies. Alright, Tara. You and that Mind Flayer are going toe to toe. It's time to extract brain. $15?
Nope.
You're lucky.
Thank God for the arm. Thank
Yeah,
Hestia.
yeah, totally. Alright, so
Would have been screwed otherwise.
you see, it's got two longer tentacles that it tries to wrap around your neck, but you're able to kind of bat it away. You are focused now that you're in fury mode.
I'm gonna
that's-
just like do the no.
Yeah. Okay, so got. If I roll Noxious Cloud again on these pillars, I'm not fucking screwing. Alright. Ooh, this is nice. Alright, so Cole and Daedalus. I like when you guys bunch up like that. I need you guys to make a DC 14 dex save, please.
Dex 15.
15, okay. Alright. You're going to take 13 points of acid damage. And you're going to take 7 points of acid damage, Cole, as you guys are getting doused with buckets of acid. You can just smell the chemical in the smell from the acid as it begins to kind of melt your skin. And it is not going away.
I've been blinded, poisoned, sprayed with acid.
Yeah.
In
Alright.
a span of like 60 seconds.
I know. Okay, so that for now is going to end our evening. So, well done, guys. You guys are in the midst of this heated battle for the Seeing Stone. You're fighting an Elder Brain and his minions. What's going to happen?
As soon as
Save
I
the
walked in,
comment.
I was like, Mind Flayers! Yes! Like, I'm a big fan of Mind
Oh,
Flayers.
they're so alien and creepy
Yeah.
and gross
Just,
and
kind of mysterious and just...
yeah, and I think Happy Haven is the perfect setting for Mind Flayers to be operating out of, right?
Yeah.
They just kind of like exude this kind of insanity.
Very well done with the structuring and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the set's dope.
Yeah, thank you. So, no promises. We were going to try to get the second half of this episode to you guys as quickly as possible, scheduling's permitting. There won't be a show next week because I'm going to be at Phoenix Fan Fusion with some of our troupe here. Going to be getting our nerd on, which we're very excited for. But we are going to try to schedule our next game as soon as we can. Thanks for hanging in there. We appreciate that. We love you guys. Other than that, play D&D, love each other, and be awesome. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Oh, that was so much fun. We've never done a 4-camera system like this before.
No, it's
That's dope.
How rad is
really
that,
cool.
right?
Yeah.